The lights are on.
Tyson has gone up the middle, 50, 45, 40, stumbles, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and dives to the byline and into the end zone. Touchdown, Patriots.
The field is lined.
Cuts it upfield. He's got some movement. He is gone. 20, 15, 10, 5, and touchdown, Patriots.
Let's do this, Tuscaloosa. This is Hillcrest Football on the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network. Now, Brent Jones, Brad Armstrong, and the Hillcrest Student Broadcast Crew. Hillcrest Football on the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network.
To Husky Field at Hewitt-Trussville Stadium on the campus of Hewitt-Trussville High School. Brent Jones here with you, along with Brad Armstrong and Brian Pirano, as we bring you our pregame show as we prepare for tonight's battle between the Hillcrest Patriots and the Hewitt-Trussville Huskies. It's turned into what I think is going to be a nice night. It's turned into what I think is going to be a nice night. It was extremely hot. Let me tell you guys, getting here at 4:30 and setting this up with the sun glaring down on me directly ahead of me in the west. Couldn't even see.
I bet.
Sweat was pouring. But hey, we're here and we're ready to go now. Welcome, guys.
Well, we were busy at 4:30 too. We were looking for a Bennigan's, isn't that right, Brad?
Bennigan's is my favorite.
You know,
next time I'm in Doha or maybe, I don't know, Elgin, Indiana.
Yep.
I'll be sure to look for a Bennigan's and maybe a Shirley Temple while I'm at it. I mean,
whoever retires next listening to this, open a Bennigan's in Tuscaloosa.
Because it'll be sure to be on fire. Bennigan's is where it's at.
Okay, will you give me a little bit of more backstory?
We were talking on the way places to eat, right on the way up there.
Okay.
And I mentioned, hey, when do we go to like an Applebee's, no Charlie's, a Bennigan's or something? Brad's like, oh, Bennigan's?
Yeah, I'm going to have to admit.
1988?
I'm going to have to admit that's the first time I've ever heard of Bennigan's.
I said, Brian, what is it, the 90s? I haven't heard of Bennigan's since I've been to a Chi-Chi's in Cincinnati.
Well, you see, but you guys have experience in the Midwest of the United States.
Well, that's where I
do
saw
not.
them. But then I looked, and there's only like 15 left in the United States, and they're all over internationally.
But if you're ever in Vancouver,
right.
Bennigan's is where it's at. Oh, you come in for the top of the morning, Bennigan's.
We're starting early tonight.
Yeah, we are.
It feels like fourth quarter.
Well, you know what? That's what we're going for. We're going for good vibes tonight.
Okay, well, let's review for a quick second here. Like last week, are we good? Okay. All right. Let's review. Last week at Roy Johnson Stadium, not a great week for the Patriots for the second week in a row, losing to the Vestavia Rebs 49-17.
Right.
Strange feeling at Hillcrest High School to lose one game in a regular season, much less two in a row, much less two region games.
Right.
All right, guys. So first of all, give me your takes on last week's game.
Okay. To me, and I think it's a microcosm of the entire season so far, it's a lot of youth, guys. I was talking to Coach Mitchell earlier this week, and it's not like we don't talk a lot, but at some point during the game, there were 34 snaps, mind you, 34 snaps that we were on defense, in which 5 sophomores were on the field.
Oh, wow. Right. Yeah.
5.
Yeah, you told me that too, yeah.
29 of those 34 had one fewer with 4 sophomores. Now, think about that for a second. A lot of times, if you are at, let's just say, for instance, you're at Hewitt. If you're at Hoover, Vestavia, if you're a 10th grader, you're playing JV.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. You're playing JV. At Hillcrest, though, Marvin Johnson is blocking field goals.
Right.
And so I'm just saying, to me, that's the story of the season. And I think that's going to be the story of this season. So my mindset is I'm really excited to be here to watch us grow. I'm really excited to watch us compete. And I want us to see how many punches we're going to throw tonight. And, you got to throw punches to be in the fight. And I feel like right now Hillcrest might be in the corner, and I think it's time to get out of the corner. And I think that's the mindset that we have, and I think that's the mindset that the school has. And a lot of people, it's really easy to cheer for a team that's 4-0.
True,
You know what?
true.
And then when your team loses, it's automatically people be like, oh, man, it's not very good this year.
Right,
and I
right.
mean, maybe, but at the same time, I'll tell you this. It's like, I know we've lost twice, but look, there's still 6 games left, guys. So I'm not ready to back up and punt just yet.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah, and to me, you're talking about it's easy to be a fan when the team is winning. If we were 4-0, everybody would be on top of the world. But to me, you don't earn your fan
most
card
definitely.
unless you're here during the hard times as well.
And that's what
right?
Brad and I were
Picking
talking
them back
about,
up.
on the way up here while searching for our Bennigans, right? We were talking about some of the things we've been through. We've sat through 3 and 7 seasons when we were up at Athens playing James Clemens in the rain in the last game of the year. We sat through some tough losses at times. So right now, whether it be the players on the field or those of us up in the stands, this kind of separates those that are those fair weather bandwagon fans from those of us that just love Hillcrest no matter what the result may be.
Yeah, absolutely. And guys, I got to tell you, looking at this particular game, I kind of have a feeling that there is that we stand a good chance, and I'll tell you why I think we stand a good chance. Those people who just look at the scores and like to compare scores and make predictions based on that are looking at the fact that Hillcrest lost to Hoover 34-6. We know it was actually a lot closer than that. The depth just got us in the second half. They look at the game with Vestavia last week, 49-17. We know, same story, right? It was a close game at halftime. The depth got us in the second half for the most part, right? I'm thinking that if these high school kids, Hewitt-Trussville players, look at those scores, see Hillcrest coming in, it's kind of like us looking at Brookwood, maybe, and saying like, oh, we don't have to worry about it. But that's not the truth. This is a talented football team. They can win a game. And also, Hillcrest, like you said, Brad, backs against the wall, ready to prove something. The I think is with Hillcrest in this game.
Well, I think you start to find, what kind of guys, we're 2-2. And we're sitting here acting like the world is going to end.
Weeks ago today, Brad, we were on the way to Prattville, still talking about, on the way to Sparkman,
right?
Really looking forward to everything in front of us. And 2 long games, 2 long weeks, 2 losses they don't define the season. So as you said, it may seem like the sky is falling to us even sometimes up here, but it's so far from that, though, guys.
The funny thing is, though, I look back and I 2 losses. Guys, we're 2 tackles away and a penalty from scoring 21 points in the first half.
Right.
Now, obviously, the game does not happen in a vacuum, and that's not the way it works. But at the same time, I guess my point is we ran for a lot of yards against Hoover. The offense was productive.
Yeah.
You get 2 first and goals that turn into field goals instead of 2 touchdowns. And we talk all the time about
and you get one touchdown, 167-yard touchdown run,
on the run
called back for a penalty. Yeah.
Well, and remember, I think part of our job is to find the silver lining.
Right.
And then even last week, we felt pretty good about the blocked field goal at the end of the first half. We're going in as 28-17.
And a touchdown right before
That's correct. Yeah. And then we get we end up getting a stop to start the second half. And then we, of course, 3 and out. We don't do what we need to do. I remember at some point we get the crazy safety. We're up 9-7.
Right.
We get the first down with Wyatt. Wyatt, unfortunately fumbles. And we're in Vestavia territory, up 9-7.
Yep.
And there's just
driving,
a lot of things. And then you think, now, and your comment earlier, you think, okay, well, let's pretend we're playing Brookwood. At what point, and I know what you meant, but I'm just trying to let the viewers know, at what point did Brookwood ever lead us 9-7 with the ball in our territory?
That's my point.
I totally agree.
They're looking at us like that, possibly, but that could not be further from the truth.
I agree with listeners need to hear this because I think it's just the way it is. Jordan Steele, he was playing wide receiver.
Yeah.
And I'm saying He's a senior with one start.
You also mentioned earlier all the sophomores that played.
Yes.
Well, Brett, I get it. Next year there'll be juniors with the whole year under the belt. But you know what? They have 2 games under their belt now.
Yeah.
So they may be still a sophomore, but this is
They're
no
growing
longer.
up fast.
That's right.
Yep.
Some of those initial butterflies, that initial apprehension, that is gone.
Yep.
Now they are ready to play. They know what to expect. So sometimes it's growing up year to year, but sometimes it's growing up game to game.
Right.
So these guys have really faced the best the state of Alabama has to offer in the last 2 games.
That's a way to grow up fast.
That's
for
right.
Sure.
Okay,
guys.
Right. Spot on, P.
We've talked a lot about the opinions that we have about tonight.
Right.
Let's take a look at what Coach Mitchell has to say about tonight, and let's check out the Coach Jamie Mitchell pregame show, and let's do that now. Hello and welcome to the Coach Jamie Mitchell pregame show. Brent Jones here with you, and Coach Mitchell, 2 weeks in a row, lost to 2 big, traditionally powerful 7A schools. Just kind of give us your assessment of this past Friday night against Vestavia.
Yeah, just a tough deal for us, and a game that defensively we didn't play very well at all, the worst we've played probably in the 4 years that we've been here. And, a lot of reasons why, but at the end of the day, it's our job to get better over there. And, offensively, we show some spurts, and, we're just not good enough to overcome some bad situations. So, the only choice we got is to go right back to work, get back in that saddle, and that's what we've done. And, we look for a great opportunity Friday night against Hewitt, against a 3rd one in a row. That's just a powerhouse.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier. Hewitt is ranked 4th or 5th, somewhere around there. They're coming off kind of a disappointing loss this past Friday against Hoover. They had the lead the entire game and then lost it right there at the end. How does that affect a team coming into a game like this?
Hopefully negatively, Actually, we were watching that in the office before I went home Friday night, and Hewitt got a big stop down there with about 2.5 minutes to go in the game, and I thought, heck, this is over. So I left and went home, and about halfway home, my staff texts me and says, Hoover wins at 8-7. I said, there's no way, but they did some incredible things there in the last couple of minutes to win the game. But 2 great football teams that had a great ball game.
Tell us a little bit more details about Hewitt and what you know about them.
Very similar to what you've seen the last couple of weeks. You just got exceptionally good football players across both sides of the ball. And, I've known Josh Floyd, the head coach there, he's a guy I probably know better than anybody in the state. He was in Arkansas for quite a while, and did some great things up at Shiloh Christian, and really, really good person, just outstanding guy, and has an outstanding career, and so they're very, very similar to what we've dealt with the last couple of weeks. They're going to be exceptionally sound, not going to beat themselves, and just a high-level football team.
Well, Coach, 2 losses in a row after only 2 losses in years.
Yes.
And I know that can affect the psyche of a team, but I know you've been doing this a long time. What is your approach with a team to prevent them from getting down on themselves in a situation like this?
Well, you've got to find some crystal linings in there, and you can't just beat kids down. I mean, that's the biggest thing is, find a way to lift them up, find some things we're doing right, and try to really expound on those, build on those, and, not to mention that you don't correct the negatives, because, I mean, that's we talk about that a lot in our office. There's no acceptance for mediocrity or bad play, so you've got to deal with that firmly. But at the same time, you got to keep the kids where they feel pretty good about themselves. And I've said this many times: kids are way more resilient than you and I. They got up Saturday morning and the world was okay, and for me, I've been miserable since. But that's a good thing about being a kid. Not much is going to keep them down.
Right. Well, I know you and your coaching staff and your team will be working hard and looking forward to being out there again on Friday night.
We're looking forward to it.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
We are back here at Husky Field at Hewitt-Trussville High School Stadium. And, I thought about saying on the campus of Hewitt-Trussville High School, but is that the school over there in the woods over there?
Yeah.
What is this over here?
That's a civic center.
That's
Brad
the
looked
civic
it up.
center?
That's some sort of civic complex.
Okay, but it's interesting because it's just all in the middle of the woods and there's trees everywhere, and it's like you take these little paths to these
and
little
yet
buildings.
you can still see the interstate over there. You know, that's weird, but you're right. It's very quaint, very inside this tree-lined place. Yet we're, I don't know, a quarter mile from the interstate, Brent.
And I'm not going to lie, this is beautiful. I really like it a lot.
Oh, I agree. It is beautiful.
Okay, guys. Thank you to Mark Nelson, who sponsors our pregame show. Mark, of course, is the County Commissioner of District 3. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mark.
For sponsoring us every week on our pregame show. And, guys, we got a little bit of extra time here tonight.
Yes, we're good with extra time.
Because this game is being broadcast by WABM 68 as their game of the week. Now, we know that the smart viewers are tuning into us,
right?
Instead of them.
That's correct.
So
I know I would.
I know I would too. But anyway, so we do have a little bit of extra time because the kickoff is a little bit later for them because of that kind of broadcast. It's like 7:04 or 7:06, somewhere around there. But anyway, that gives us plenty of time to talk about the keys to victory. Brought to you by Alabama Express. Before we go to the specific keys, guys, do you know what Alabama Express is?
You know, no.
You don't? Do you know what Alabama Express is?
They make keys?
No. Alabama Express is a part of Bama Stuff. It's the store on the strip right next to Bama Stuff. Bama Stuff is mainly the venue for ordering things online, BamaStuff.com. If you want to go in person and pick something up, you go to Alabama Express.
So that's the brick and mortar version of
basically right next door to it.
Gotcha.
Right. So let's go back to those keys. Go to the actual keys. Uh-oh, what's going on with that? Try it again, Idiana. Okay, go back to the regular keys. The keys full. All right, now go to the key. There you go. Okay. All right, guys. Where do you want to start? Do you want to start with Hillcrest or with Hewitt-Trussville?
We'll start with Hillcrest. I think a couple things there. You know, as we've seen all season, whether it be the first two games against Florence and Sparkman or the last 2 weeks against Hoover and Vestavia, you know, sometimes it seems like we're getting going. We're finally there. We talked about it a little bit in the opening, and then we have a big mistake. We have a penalty. We have a turnover. We have something little where last year we kind of overlooked it. You know, I'm sure Coach Mitchell, Coach Guy, Coach Patterson didn't, but up here it was like we didn't even think about it afterwards because we were beating teams by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, let me add to that a little bit.
Yeah, go for it.
We overlooked them because we were able to overcome those mistakes.
Because it wasn't a big deal.
Right, but when you're playing in 7A Region 3, it's a lot harder to overcome those mistakes.
The margin of error is so little, right?
Yeah.
I think in addition to that, find somebody. Just one kid. You know, somebody challenge themselves. Of course, within the system, Coach Mitchell doesn't need hero ball, but somebody saying, I am going to be the difference maker tonight. It could be offense. It could be defense. Marvin blocks a field goal last week. Great job. Maybe he spots the ball this week and adds a scoop and score with that. Just one play that can ignite the team and kind of get that feeling of, yeah, we're in this. We got this. That sort of vibe right back. And you know, who knows? Sometimes you can switch at the snap of a finger just with one big play, one big playmaker, Brent.
Right, and one thing that I didn't put on here that I think is a key to victory, and we've talked about this, is about Hillcrest embracing the underdog role, right, Brad?
Oh, I think that's a huge part. I think that you have to, you know, the funny thing is, think about this for just a second, and if you're used to winning, a lot of times whenever you are used to winning and you all of a sudden lose, then you start to maybe point fingers. You start to be like, golly, I mean, what a fluke. I can't believe we lost this. But you start to develop this mindset of, hey, nobody expects us to win. Let's go in there with this totally different mindset. Let's just go for broke.
Right.
And I think that's the mindset that we're going to have to play with.
Yep.
I think that's, to be honest, to me, you have a lot more freedom. You play a lot looser. You know, when people expect you to win, there's a lot of pressure. When nobody expects you to win, you just played, have fun.
Yeah,
get out there and
Tennessee's been playing loose for years, right?
Well, that's for sure.
Not this year, though.
Well,
Not this year.
Well, we'll see, I guess. We'll see. Long way to go.
But I agree with that completely. Maybe it does loosen you up. All right, let's look at Hewitt-Trussville. Don't underestimate the Pats, right?
Oh, I think that's a huge part of this game. If you're Hewitt and you overestimate, you kind of look at, underestimate, and you start thinking in terms of, these guys are terrible. They got beat by Vestavia 49-17. You remember, though, they weren't at the game. They didn't see the big runs that Christian Ritchie had against Hoover. They didn't see how well Jacoby Harris played against Hoover. You know, the fact that our kids are making plays says a lot about our ability to do it against anybody. Mm-hmm. And I think if you're Hewitt and you kind of underestimate their ability to do that, then you could be in trouble if you overlook some of the talent that is in the Columbia Blue helmets tonight.
Okay, and you said get on top early is a key for Hewitt-Trussville.
To me, because I think that, honestly, we've been down. We've lost the last two games. And let's be honest, if Hewitt starts to get up and Hillcrest has an opportunity to get look in the mirror and say, woe is me,
Here
poor
we go
pitiful
again.
me, and you get the poor pitiful me's and games in pretty quickly. You've got to be tough. And nobody can, nobody's going to bail you out of it, okay? Nobody's going to start feeling sorry for you, and I think that's important for Hillcrest also tonight. If you feel sorry for yourself, because I can promise you Hewitt's not going to feel sorry for you.
No.
And so you better figure it out. And if you start getting, and if Hewitt gets on top early, I think the poor pitiful me's could be an epidemic.
Another thing that we heard Coach Mitchell say, and he's been saying this all week long, and I think this is important for Hillcrest, is how they've watched the film extensively.
Right.
Frame by frame, detail by detail, and they never found any of the Hillcrest kids quitting on a play.
I agree.
Putting forth the effort, and that is so very important. Win, lose, or draw.
That's why we're here.
Right.
I mean, let's be honest. Are we favored tonight?
No.
Heck no. But we're here because, number one, we love this place. Number two, I'm here to see growth. I'm here to see our kids fight. And I can promise you, my mindset has never changed. And I've been a part of Hillcrest Isaac for a long time, and we've told our tennis kids, if you're in a fight, we're in a fight.
Also, Brad and I briefly were at practice for a few minutes on Tuesday. You know what? There's no quitting practice either. The same energy from our coaches, the same quick practice, the same discipline, players going from station to station, from different drill to different drill. So I don't think it's just on Friday night that our kids and coaches are still competing. It is still 7 days a week. I get to school relatively early, usually about 7. Every day this week, Jamie Mitchell's truck is beating me here. I look up there, and he is at that field house preparing. So all of our coaches and our kids, they've certainly not thrown in the towel, and neither have we up here.
Absolutely.
Nor will we.
Nor will we, exactly.
Right.
Yep.
And you're right. It doesn't matter what the score is tonight. We won't see quitting these kids.
And obviously our mindset is, we're very aggressive. And I'm talking about if you're not with me, when it's tough,
that's right.
Don't call me back. Don't call me back next year.
If you ain't with me, you're against me.
And I've said this, you've made a joke about being a Tennessee Volunteer. Look, I've always made jokes in the past, and my friends will always tease me, but it's like, don't call me whenever we're good because the bandwagon's full.
That's right.
I'm telling you. Yeah.
Well, I can promise you I won't be calling you.
Good. Seats taken, Slick. Seat ain't for you.
All right. Well, guys, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty excited about this.
Yeah.
It's kind of a strange emotional roller coaster that we've been on the past couple of weeks, especially after the Hoover game. It was just such a shock. It was just in a state of shock because it had been since 2021 that we had lost a regular season game. In shock, hard to sleep that night, grouchy the next day, all that kind of stuff. Took a couple of days to get past that. And then, you get your mojo back up for Vestavia the next Friday, and things are looking good for a while there. You're up in the first quarter, feeling good.
Certainly battling.
Yeah, and then you end up losing that game. But to me, that one was a little bit easier to take, and I think that Hillcrest has a good opportunity to bounce back here tonight.
Well, also last week, Brent, with the craziness of the 4 o'clock kick, too. That was also just everything
strange.
out of sorts.
Surreal. All right, I think that the Husky band is about to give us the national anthem here, so.
I don't think I'll be able to stand, but I'm certainly going to take my hat off.
Okay. Yeah, it is kind of hard to stand with these tables under our legs, but we will take a break here to listen to the Hewitt-Trussville Husky band play our national anthem. All right. The Hewitt-Trussville Husky Marching Band and their version of our national anthem. Okay, guys, let's see. It's 6:58. I'm guessing we're about 4 to 6 minutes away from kickoff. The captains are making their way on the field. The captains for the Patriots here tonight, number 6, Josh Whitehead, and number 68, only 2 captains for the Patriots tonight. Number 68, the center, Rylan Bell. So we will have the Alabama Credit Union coin toss coming up in just a couple of minutes.
Brent, we were talking.
Sorry, let me get you back on here. There we go.
We were talking a little earlier this week with some of the coaches, and a kid that stood out in practice was number 68, Rylan Bell. Somebody who kind of was like, you know what, I'm going to take this challenge head on right now. We may be 2-2. My senior year, though, I'm going to lead the charge. So good to see Rylan out there representing us at the captain's toss.
Think about this, too. Of all the players on the team, who has the most starts?
Probably Rylan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's probably Rylan.
I bet it is him.
And,
We've been calling his name for a while.
I know it. And I remember as a sophomore, he played guard, and I thought he was a heck of a player. And, in hockey, you call it in soccer, you call it a cap, right?
Right.
Like how many caps? And international starts, something like that.
Yeah, soccer
and
too.
You think about this guy, Rylan Bell, you'd have a hard time finding the Hillcrest Patriot with more starts than big number 68.
Yeah.
And you'd also have a hard time finding a more stand-up, honest,
Good kid.
I have to tell a little story about Rylan from the Hillcrest huddle a couple of weeks ago. There was some mayhem going on with some Hillcrest students at the Hillcrest huddle, and Rylan was aware of that. He came to me afterwards the next week and said, "Hey, is there anything that you need? Is everything
That's
good?
great.
Is there any way that I can help?" And he's like cleaning up garbage, throwing things away.
Good for him.
Doing the right thing.
He does the right thing all the time. It's not all. It's off the field. It's on the field. It's during the game. Rylan is a stand-up kid, and I know his mama's proud, and maybe even his sister.
Yeah, we hope so. Shaking hands here at center field. Feels like we haven't won a coin toss in a while, Brad.
Wow, symbolic.
Yeah, you're right.
By the way, for the Huskies, it looks like big number 70, Mason Holloway. And then also, is that number 0? Is that what that says?
Yeah,
Owen Robinson?
I
Feels
believe
that right.
so.
Yeah,
I
looking
can't.
on the Jumbotron, you can kind of see it,
Josh
guys.
Whitehead is
It is
in the way.
0.
Here he is. That's
0.
0.
Owen
You can look right here, Brad.
The senior
Right here.
linebacker. Okay, gotcha.
Okay, let's see. The Alabama Credit Union coin toss has happened, and it looks like Hillcrest has won the toss.
What?
It's deferred
What a toss!
to the second half, and the Huskies will receive.
Hey,
That's it. That's the impetus for the
That's it.
change. We win a
There
toss.
it is.
It changes everything.
winning the toss.
Though, we joke about that. But that's something you can sell to the kids. You know what? Everything's changing right now. We win a toss for the first time in Region 3 play.
Well, look, as long as you got something to sell.
Yeah, you do. Doesn't have to be
they go
true
for
or
it.
not.
That's
You
right.
just believe it.
Starting out positive, at least, right?
Well, football is a game of, it's an emotional game.
Sports is. Yes.
But how long does that emotion last?
Right.
The first half of the first quarter, and then after that, it's technique, it's execution, it's game plan. But you got to have that first emotional exertion.
Something to get off
in
the
game.
slide and
That's
get
right.
going and believe. We're about to get our bounce. They're about to have a big turnover. Anything to get the kids believing these last couple weeks are not the norm. They're just an anomaly.
That's right.
All right, guys.
Here we go.
They got a nice little setup here with their scoreboard too. Looks very similar to ours.
It is. It's just a little bit larger version.
A little bit larger, but it seems like more and more high schools these days going with the jumbotrons.
Yeah,
especially in 7A.
I was going to say at least in our neck of the woods, right?
Right, for sure. Okay, let's see.
Ice out the Patriots.
Ice out the Patriots is the sign for the Huskies in the north end zone. The south end zone, do we have our sign up?
Well, it's not up yet. I see it down there.
Okay, they're bringing the sign over.
That's right.
And it's just our road sign, our traditional Hillcrest Pats sign that the cheerleaders are bringing out there now for the players to break through as the light show starts here at Husky Field. What you got?
I was just seeing these kids in junior jerseys walk in. That's what I need to see. I need to see more kids coming right below us in Hillcrest youth uniforms.
Right.
And I'm saying that because that's, I don't know if you're familiar with the youth program at Hillcrest, but we didn't have a youth program for a while. We had one. We stopped having one. It's back.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
I just think it's a huge component of your lifeline. If you're going to have a successful high school football or high school anything, you need youth programs.
Yes.
And to have a successful youth program, it just really begins there. And so seeing these little boys walk in with Hillcrest jerseys, it says a lot about your program, and you got to have pride. You want to have some pride in what you root for.
Absolutely.
So, I have a lot of pride, and I think they do too, so I love it.
And the Huskies break through their banner with the smoke and the fireworks going as they make their way to the home side of the field.
We may be about to run through the band, Brent. Our boys are chomping at the bit right there.
The band is still on the field.
Yeah, come on with it, band.
Donald, if you can get a shot of our players down here, the band is still on the field in the way of the team to make their way to the sideline, and now the band is running out of the way. They probably figured, I guess I know what's better for me. I better get out of the way.
About to be Cal Stanford.
So here comes the banner for Hillcrest, trying to stand up, and
why would they start running?
Okay, here we go through the banner, and the Patriots make their way to the sideline. And while we have a chance, let's take a look at the starting lineups for the Pats tonight. The defensive starting lineups. And this may not be completely accurate. You got it there? Defensive starting lineups, there we go.
Subject to change.
Yes, Kendall Moorhead, number 97 on the defensive line, along with Tavion Johnson. Go on to the next one, please. Jeremiah Beverly, and a guy who's back in the lineup, A.J. Love tonight. That's going to be big for the Pats. Number 16, Omari Chambers will be starting at linebacker. Brooks Folks, the linebacker as well, number 44. Josh Whitehead, one of the captains for tonight, number 6 at linebacker. Marvin Johnson, another linebacker for the Pats.
Sophomore.
And Jamarian Bennett at defensive back, along with Jay Leatherwood at defensive back. Javarsky Lanier, and also another defensive back for the Pats. And that's your probable starting lineup for tonight for the Pats. All right, here we go. Ready for the Hillcrest tennis kickoff. As you can see on the field, the Pats in their road whites with the blue pants and the blue helmet, looking sharp. Red numerals.
Good looking uniform.
Looking good, I agree.
Nice fit.
Nice fit, absolutely.
That's right.
Okay, Hudson Hall on to kick off for the Pats. Great that the Pats will be starting out on defense tonight. Here's the kick, total leather, high and short. It bounces at the 20. It's fielded at about the 20. And the tackle will be made at about the 30-yard line. Flags come flying. Let's see, what did you guys catch?
I think it was a block in the back with the initial flag thrown around the 25-yard line. I don't know what the other two were, though, guys.
There was an additional block in the back later. Now, those might have not even mentioned the second block in the back, but later there was an additional block in the back that, so I'm sure they'll only call one. But
heck, they can tackle on all three as far as
I'm okay with that. Half the distance to the goal.
All right, so the Huskies will start out 1st and 10.
You're going to have to be fast. No replay, by the way.
From their own 15-yard line. Here's a completion up to the 30, 35, and down to the 40 on the completion there to Christopher Davis, a running back out of the backfield. This is a very quick offense. Yes, indeed. Here's the snap, the rollout to the right. The pass over to the right side is caught and out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. Noah Dobbins, number 3, is the quarterback.
They marked him out, Brent. Looks like more like the 44. He must have stepped out way back there.
Yeah, 44-yard line, which makes it 2nd down and 5. No time to breathe here, guys. Dobbins back to pass. He will keep this one, and he will be met right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Big 3rd down and 5 coming up for the Pats.
Great initial pressure right there by the Pats, and great job pursuing from that backside by what looked like number 9. That may have been A.J. Love in on the tackle.
Got to be ready to go.
All right, so we'll call it 3rd and 4 for the Huskies. Big play for the Pats. Dobbins takes the snap up the gut to the 50-yard line. I believe that's a gain of about 5, and that's enough for the 1st down for the Huskies.
Yeah, nice play there by Hewitt, and some really fast pace. Snap and go, get set, let's play.
Dobbins hands it off over right guard. Tackle made after a gain of a couple.
it was, one man to beat very quick. I thought Jamarian had a beat on him, but he was unsuccessful.
Check YouTube now and see. Well, and it'll be as soon as it catches up.
Got it.
False start right there on the point after try, so Hewitt will be back.
I think we're on.
What?
Yeah, I think we're on. Yep.
I think so. I'm trying to find out. Feels kind of loud.
Yeah, me too. So the point after try will be pushed back 5 yards now, making it a 25-year-old. 25-yard.
25-year-old extra point.
You know what?
And there's another penalty, it looks like.
That one only looks like about 18 or 19
Right.
year
I
old.
think that one at least can still be in high school.
Okay, guys, we have sound back now.
Oh, we're back.
I had to go
Great.
for an alternate route to
That's
get it
okay.
back.
Well, we're back. That's family.
okay,
And I got confirmation that we're back.
But look, we lost power is what happened. So I had to basically reset everything.
Right.
I don't know, somebody hit a switch or powered it off or something, but I think we're pretty much back. But you guys take it, I got to tell Adiana something else here real quick.
Point after try is good, gives the Huskies a 7-6 lead. About a little over halfway through this first quarter. 5:56 left in this first quarter. Very exciting start. We've already had 2 long touchdown runs. We've had an interception, had several penalties. Nonetheless, we have stopped them once, and they have yet to stop us. So even with that last touchdown, a good start by the Patriots. We'll see if we can have another nice long drive here and put the pressure back on the Huskies.
Guys, can y'all update me? My back was to the action.
Sure.
Tell me what we had the ball on. What, the 3-4 yard line?
3 yards line.
An interception at the 3. Correct.
Jamarian Bennett got the interception from our own 3. We then proceeded to drive 97 yards and scored. We went for 2 because we run that little weird, 2-point set. If we get what we like, we go for it. If not, we kick it, right?
Yeah.
We went for it. We didn't get it. 6-0. Hewitt comes back. Nice kickoff return from far side to near. They take over at their own 39-yard line. They get a reverse play for 61 yards for a touchdown.
I saw the great ball handling by Bryson on the touchdown run, and the run was Jacoby. Is that correct? Jacoby on the touchdown.
That's right.
Run?
It was like basically a statue
How
of
did we
liberty.
get it from the 3 up to
about 7, 8 plays. We had a penalty that made it a 1st and 17. Picked up a 3rd and 6 after that penalty. Other than that, it was no huge plays. 6 yards here, Brent. 8 yards here, 11 yards there until we were able to drive it down. Great job by Christian avoiding going out of bounds. I don't know, 1-2 cuts. Picked up about 30 yards. Next play, maybe the play after, we saw the Statue of Liberty for the touchdown.
All right, sounds great. Okay, we're back. I'm back. Here we go.
Let's go.
Hillcrest tennis kickoff, deep and fielded at the goal line. And some room here for Caden Smith. Caden breaks to the outside. Yes. He's finally brought down at the Hillcrest 42-yard line, but a great 42-yard kickoff return by Caden Smith. All right, so 5:47 remaining here in the first quarter. 7-6, the Huskies lead the Pats.
That's a good job. I'm not sure how many kickoff returns we've had a chance to return this year, Brent. So good job right there, right on the goal line, giving us great field position here for our second possession of the game.
All right, so the Pats out with their second offensive possession of the game, their first offensive possession, a successful 93-yard touchdown run. And if that's not a confidence builder, I don't know what is. Bryson in an empty set, he drops back, but flags come in. I believe we're going to have a little bit of a false start here. It'll be 1st and 15.
It was so close. He tried, sometimes they anticipate the count, and they just try to go that quarter beat early to try to get the jump on the D lineman. Little bit early, a split second early, flag was thrown.
All right, so that'll move the new line of scrimmage back to the 37-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 15 for the Pats.
Little trouble with the chains right now for Hewitt's the stoppage of play. I would assume the play clock's going to be reset.
You know, the thing about that last drive, guys, it's different from the past 2 weeks. We're seeing them cross the goal line, not just get deep into the territory and not get it across, right?
Yeah, it looks like we were talking while you were trying to get us back going, and I'm not sure, timeout us, it looks like.
Okay, so that's a timeout, and with the timeout, we will take a break. We're back after this. Hewitt 7, Hillcrest 6. This is the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network.
Employment initiative. We have a summer job fair, and a lot of employers have hired students from the summer job fair.
If you are not involved in Ignite, you should be involved in Ignite. It will be the best decision that you will make for your company in the hiring process.
It's an opportunity to grow your own workforce, to mentor young people. You can help give back to the community by helping students engage in a productive activity.
We are back here on the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network. Hewitt-Trussville Husky Stadium, the Pats trailing the Huskies 7-6, but with the ball 1st and 15 at their own 37.
Tidwell paint and body timeout right there, trying to make sure we give our sponsors love. We love them, so thank you, Jason Tidwell, Jason, Ava, Carmen, and Lauren. Great job. As Hillcrest, like Brent said, a little bit behind the chains, but last time we were first and beyond 10. We were able to pick up the first down and later get it to pay dirt.
I formation for the Pats. Here comes Jacoby in motion. It's the toss sweep to Christian Ritchie. Christian cannot get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 16.
Nicely done. Under 6 minutes to play, 5.5 now in the first quarter.
It's a pretty frenetic start. You know that? From the time we lost power until basically the time we came back on, there's a ton of stuff that was going on.
Yeah, I know. They decided to have all the action while my back was turned.
Right, Fred.
All right, Bryson now in an empty set as Christian Ritchie goes in motion. No, I'm sorry, that's Caden Smith in motion. Bryson takes the snap, looks to the sideline, completes it.
Nice. Good play there by Caden and Bryson.
Caden
nice
catches it,
route,
at the 42-yard line, short of the first down, but a good pickup.
Right.
Making it 3rd and manageable. Still 3rd and long,
I was about to use
8.
that same word, Brent. 3rd and 8's a lot better than 3rd and 15. Just pick that up in chunks right now. Give yourself a chance. Also, we're at the spot now. If we get 5, Coach Mitchell will have a decision to make.
Bryson in shotgun, calling the signals. Takes the snap, drops back, looks downfield, slings it down the sideline. Jordan Chambers-Smith has it. Twist free. He is at the 10, the 5, and touchdown, Patriots.
Yes, sir.
All right, wow. And let's see, that is what, a 58-yard touchdown catch. Bryson Kimbrough to Jordan Chambers-Smith. Wow, what a move by Jordan Chambers-Smith after the catch, making that run. Let's play that replay again after the extra point, please, Adiana.
Also a great ball by Bryson. He stepped up in the pocket and put it right on a dime. Like you said, Brent.
He stops at the 27, makes the defender run past him, and then onto the end zone. Here we go.
He hit that B button.
Yeah.
He sure did. Right. He sure did. I think on the place, it's a circle.
Dr. Brandy Patterson, extra point attempt from the foot of Hudson Hall is good. The Pats regain the lead 13-7.
Wow.
I think these Huskies are seeing that the Pats came to play here tonight.
And you know what? I think a lot of them, like we said in the pregame, you know what? They may have just looked at the results and they figured, well, Hillcrest realizes they're in 7A now. They won't come out here to compete. Well, our boys had something different to say about that during the first, 10 minutes and change of this game.
We just got to keep this going,
Absolutely.
guys. Got to keep it going.
Yeah, but you know what?
Easy to say.
Football game.
To say. That's certainly not going to be an easy thing to do. However, with 4 minutes and 9 seconds left to play in the first quarter, I'll take what we got so far.
Absolutely.
I mean, man, a turnover. Remember, guys, also, if somehow we can, I'm just saying, we're still the underdog, right?
Absolutely.
But you remember, who gets the ball to start the second half?
Yep, we can trade scores.
Let's go.
Oh, that's right. And, hey, how many times has Hillcrest had the ball?
Twice.
How many touchdowns?
That's right, baby.
Yep,
that's right.
there you go.
Brad, how many that was a 3-play drive?
No, it was a little more than that because remember we had the penalty and we ended up.
It was only 4 at that,
then,
though.
yep.
Here's the Hillcrest tennis kickoff, fielded at the 26-yard line, up to the 30,
Throw the flag.
and out of bounds.
I don't know what they're looking at.
At about the 32.
I'm with you, Brad. I know I'm biased up here, but it looked like he grabbed his shoulder and literally turned his body right there.
Well, and it's also an extended arm on the outside of the shoulder.
And it was not exactly in traffic.
Right in front of the guy.
Sorry, Ron Ingram.
Oh, he's listening to the ABN broadcast.
We hope anyway, right? Oh, look. Hey, guys, you got your wish.
Oh, they got it.
Okay.
Never mind.
We just didn't see the flag. All right, so that'll back it up all the way back to the 18-yard line, and the Huskies will start there.
We're in for the battle, boys. We're in for the battle. Remember now, fast set by Husky fast.
Very fast. Dobbins takes the snap, hands it off over
How
left
much?
guard. He's got nowhere to go. He is pushed all the way back with the
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love,
AJ
Love,
Kendall
and Kendall Moorhead.
Yep.
Yeah, in the game. And with the forward progress, it'll just be a loss of about a yard, but still
Generous
it's
spot.
2nd down and 11. Dobbins back to pass now, looking to his right.
Oh,
this one is
good,
caught,
good.
but not much of a gain, only about 4 yards on the completion to his receiver, Dylan Cope. It'll be 3rd down and 4. They'll give him 6 on the play on the far side of the field. Here's Dobbins. Dobbins hands it off over the right side. He bounces outside, breaks a tackle or two, brought down by Henry Robinson Jr., but enough for the 1st down after a pickup of about 10.
I saw Javarsky Lanier with the came up to make the tackle.
I was about to say the same.
I thought for a second that Javarsky might be able to strip the ball, which would have been a huge play for the Patriot defense, but still, keep him in front. Bend, don't break.
Empty set now. Dobbins slings it out to the right side, complete. The Hillcrest defense there waiting. Nice job by Jamarian Bennett to make that tackle on the running back. Number 4, was that number 4? Okay. Number 4 is listed as a defensive back, but I guess he's a running back too, Denarius Crawford. Hewitt up to the line of scrimmage again quickly. Here's a handoff around right end. The Pats come up nicely to make the tackle there. That's Jay Leatherwood. Stops him short of the 1st down. It'll be 3rd down and about 2 after the carry there by Christopher Davis, the running back.
Boy, is Hewitt moving quickly. We knew to expect this, but this really is the fastest offense that I think I've seen in the last 3 or 4 years.
Dobbins in shotgun. Calls for it and draws the Pats offside on the hard count, and that'll be a 1st down by penalty for the Huskies.
Smart move by Hewitt. You get them a little antsy. Remember, that up-tempo play forces the defense to be really on their toes. If you change that snap count slightly, because you're always on edge when you're on the defensive side of the ball against that tempo, boys.
All right, here's a break free on the right side, and this is going to be a touchdown run by Delvecchio Alston, giving the Huskies the lead now. Well, actually tying it up on the touchdown, 13-13, pending the extra point. Wow. Those running backs have some speed, guys, not going to lie.
You're not kidding.
Well, you let them loose, and you're going to, Husky fast can mean a few different things, right? The up-tempo offense, and then, of course, their ability to break loose when they're on the open field.
Dr. Brandy Patterson, extra point attempt coming. Kick is up, and the kick is good, just inside the right upright. And now the Huskies take the lead, 14-13, 2:18 remaining in the 1st quarter. Guys, this action is crazy here tonight.
It really is. I mean, both sides. It seems like these have not exactly been super long drives. It's been big play after big play after big play, and I don't know how long that one was. But Hillcrest scored on a 20-plus yarder. Hewitt answers with what, Brad? A 58-yarder. We answer with a 69-yarder. And then they answer with what, a 50-yard touchdown run, Brad?
It's true. And then, the first, if you're if you've got the 15-point over/under of the first quarter, if you get the over,
you're looking good.
The over bettors are winners.
You're right.
There has been one defensive stop in this game, and it was Hillcrest.
It was
on the
turnover.
intersection. Right.
I have a feeling that there won't be a lot of punting tonight.
No.
At least, I hope not by us, at least, right?
Definitely looks like our offense came to play here tonight.
Well, looks like theirs did too, Brent.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, the Hillcrest tennis kickoff for the Pats, back deep at about the 15-yard line. 3 players, Jacoby Harris, Caden Smith, and the Pats' Jamarian Bennett. Here's the kick, fielded in the end zone with 1 foot in the end zone, fielded by Jacoby Harris, so that'll come out to the 20. Ooh, it's hard to breathe, guys.
No doubt.
It's a very up-tempo. You know, last week, remember, Hewitt had Hoover on the ropes, and, you know, you don't know whether they should have won the game, shouldn't have won the game. Whatever the case is, it was 7-0. Final score of 8-7.
Right. Yeah.
Total points 15. Each one of these teams nearly has encapsulated that 15 points so far.
That's right. Bryson in shotgun, flanked by Christian Ritchie. Bryson on the quarterback keeper up the gut. Not much room there. He'll be stopped at the 21, only a gain of 1, 2nd and 9 for the Pats.
Yeah, I like this. I have to admit, I do think the slower tempo certainly helps Hillcrest. It keeps our defense off the field for a bit. It also seems to have worked, at least from a rhythm standpoint, for our offense.
Caden Smith and Jordan Chambers-Smith split out wide to the right. Bryson under center, the toss sweep to Christian Ritchie. Christian sticks his head in there, moves it up to about the 29-yard line. Nice gain of 7, and it'll be 3rd down and 1.
Nice run there by Ritchie on the little inside, like toss sweep, but he cut it up nicely. And so it's a really manageable 3rd and 2. Right, we've got to get to the 3rd.
Yeah, I guess it's 2,
so,
yeah.
But I'll take 3rd and 2.
Me too.
Bryson under center, Jacoby Harris behind him, along with Christian Ritchie. I formation. Bryson takes the snap, pitches it out to Jacoby, and Jacoby's got the first down and more. He's down to the 36-yard line, and that'll be a Stephen Fikes All-State first down for the Pats.
Brad, great point also. Slowing it down right now, using a lot of the play clock to make sure that this defense catches its breath at least.
I also love the action by Rylan Bell and Thomas Daniels on that offensive front, as they were the lead blockers for that run play, boys.
Forget the defense catching its breath. Let's put it in the end zone, Brian.
That too.
Bryson in shotgun, flanked by both his running backs, Christian Ritchie and Jacoby Harris. Bryson will do the option play, pitching it out to Jacoby, looking for the edge. He's got a little bit of room. Sticks his head in there and gets a nice gain of about 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
And
I'm
probably
that this is the last play of the
and I would think so too.
Yeah.
I would think Coach Mitchell takes this to the break. You know, we are trailing, but still, in my opinion, a very good quarter for the Patriots.
And more opportunity for the players to catch their breath.
Agreed.
And they're already walking to the north end of the field, boys.
All right, so that'll be the end of the first quarter. We'll take a break, and we'll be back after this. Your score, Hewitt 14, Hillcrest 13. This is the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network. There is no doubt about where to go. Lee Palace in Englewood Village. Lee Palace has been in the same location for 20 years and loves the Hillcrest community. You just can't beat their incomparably delicious Chinese cuisine in a family-owned, friendly environment that is second to none. The folks at Lee Palace love what they do and are very passionate about providing you with the best in town. Lee Palace says, go Pats! When the Okay, we are back at Husky Field at Hewitt-Trussville High School. We got a good one here tonight, everybody. Hewitt leading the Patriots 14-13, but Hillcrest with the ball back again at their own 42-yard line, and the Patriots have had the ball twice tonight in the first quarter, both of them long touchdown drives, and Hillcrest looking to move it again here the third time.
To my knowledge, that's the third down conversion at least that we have had. Big job staying on the field. You know, we tell our defense to get off the field. Well, let's make that Hewitt defense stay on the field. While you were adjusting everything, 3rd and 8 we picked up. The second touchdown drive, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, another 3rd down and 2 that we picked up. Those things start to add up. Those are the little things maybe we didn't get against Hoover, against Vestavia, that at least 12 minutes into this game we are getting, guys.
And it is such a psychological game, too. When you start having success like that, success breeds success.
Right.
The confidence starts coming in, and you start making things happen.
Snowballs in a good direction.
That's right.
I will say, too, guys, I think defensively, your defense starts to have a lot more confidence because they know your offense can score the ball.
Right.
And so they play a little more freely.
Yeah, they get a little bit more of a free roll.
That's right.
Got to avoid those penalties and avoid those turnovers and keep this rolling.
Starting off on a 2nd and 3 to open this second quarter. Breaks maybe a little longer with this being on WABM right now. Feels like there was a little bit longer of a break between quarters than normal.
For sure. All right, the Pats now up to the line of scrimmage on 2nd and 3. Bryson in shotgun, flanked by Christian Ritchie. Here's the snap and a whistle, and oh my goodness, here we go. False start against Hillcrest. That's the worst thing to happen on a 2nd and short. It's still 2nd and manageable,
right?
Though.
That's better than it happening on 3rd down.
That's true.
Better than turnover. But nonetheless, you know, Coach Mitchell, Coach Guy won't be happy with that coming off of the break for the second quarter.
You guys are so right.
All right, so the penalty makes it 2nd and 7 for the Pats. Bryson in shotgun, Christian Ritchie just off to his left. Here's the snap. Bryson back to pass, looks across the middle, and he has Caden Smith at the 35-yard line. Big pickup into Husky territory, and a Stephen Fikes All-State first down.
A really well-thrown dart by Bryson Kimbrough, a post route from the near side.
Right in between double covers, Brad.
Really well thrown, timed well, and Caden did a wonderful job hanging on to the ball. Great job by both quarterback and receiver. Also, give credit to their offensive line for the time.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10 for the Pats. Here's a reverse around left end to Caden Smith. Caden cuts it upfield, moves it to the 25, down to the 24. I'm sorry, 35, 34.
No, you're right.
25, 24. Sorry about that. Nice little pickup on 1st down of about 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
And, Brad, I think to start this game so far, a lot of misdirection.
Yeah.
Maybe using Hewitt's speed against them a little
you have
bit.
to.
And, you know, they start going in one direction. We get it to a playmaker, number 11, number 3, going the opposite way. It's tough for Hewitt to shift directions.
Well, think about what Vestavia did to us
That's
last
right.
week.
Exactly.
It's exactly their MO. So you catch kids looking, and then all of a sudden you got them.
Bryson in shotgun takes the snap, drops back, throws it across the middle, incomplete at the feet of Christian Ritchie.
Jacoby Harris on the wheel route.
Who's the flag on?
I don't know, but it was us.
Yep,
It sure was.
But it's wide open. Of course, it doesn't matter because of the penalty. But just to keep that in mind, there was a lot of confusion in the Hewitt secondary, and then you have 2 guys running open. Now, remember, the whistle does blow, so, of course, everybody stops on it. But I'm telling you, Jacoby Harris on the far side flag route is open, and then you also had the seam route on the far side of the field.
That'll back it up and make it about 2nd and 7 for the Pats from the 29-yard line. The snap, the pitch to Christian Ritchie over left guard. Christian breaks free, crossing the sticks down to about the 19-yard line. A pickup of 8 and a Stephen Fikes All-State first down.
That O-line, guys. That O-line, play after play, run, protect,
came to play tonight.
Fantastic.
Really proud of the way that they're playing. Also, Christian Ritchie running the ball really hard, guys.
North and south.
What is Christian, 5'7"-ish?
On a
it's
good
difficult to see a 5'7" kid, and then he's really kind of a bowling ball style running back anyway.
The pass into Centel Home Design red zone now. Bryson drops the ball, has to pick it up and try to scramble for his life. He moves it back to the 20-yard line and loses about 5, and it'll be 2nd down and 15.
Tough play right there. I'll give Bryson credit. Obviously, we don't want a 4 or 5 yard loss. At the same time, there's a time when you just got to say, I got to just fall on the ball. I got to eat that one and live to play another down.
Yeah, he
right.
just
Don't
got
do
what he
anything
could
crazy.
out of it.
That's right.
You don't want to do anything crazy right there. You're in good shape. You've kept your defense off the field, and also importantly, you've kept the Hewitt offense off the field. You've driven the ball well. You're really close to field goal range. Obviously, you don't want to kick a field goal here. You want to come away with 6. But 2nd and 14 has been pretty manageable so far tonight for the Hillcrest offense.
Not a whole lot of room here on this end of the field, though, to work with when you're so close to the other team's goal line.
That's true.
Not sure what the stoppage of play is right here. 9:18 remaining, resetting the play clock.
And the game clock will roll again.
In theory.
It should have. I guess not.
Why not?
I don't know. There should be rolling, but it's not.
Okay.
I don't like that.
2nd and 15 for the Pats. Bryson takes the snap, a keeper straight up the middle. Bryson dives his way forward down to about the 15-yard line.
That's not, listen, that play is not going to make any headlines. But what does that do? It moves us from 3rd and 15 to 3rd and 9.5 or 10. That 5 yards is a big difference.
17-yard line, guys.
Golly.
Guys, how did that end up
They gave
at
him a
17?
great spot, yeah.
That's an atrocious spot.
Yeah, I thought he picked up another 3 at least.
Oh, maybe his knee was down
Maybe.
before the ball was down. So the new line of scrimmage is the 17. It's 3rd and about 10. Bryson in shotgun, flanked by Jacoby Harris and Christian Ritchie.
Okay, good. Good timeout.
Good.
And timeout on the field. With this timeout, we'll take a break as well. Your score, Hewitt 14, Hillcrest 13, 8:30 remaining in the first half. Back after this on the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network.
What initially drew you to become a member of Alabama Credit Union, and how has your experience evolved since then?
Yeah, so I came for college, and my dad and I came down, and Alabama Credit Union was convenient to campus, being young, first time opening a bank account, and looking for some relationship. And so that's where I started, and then over the years I have gotten married, had a family, and so it's just been with me every step of the way and in relationship with me.
Sam.
All right, we are back at Husky Field at Hewitt-Trussville Stadium.
Oh, you can call it what you want.
Well, I want to get it right.
Yeah, good for you.
It is a beautiful stadium, and it's also a beautiful night,
Beautiful.
too. So hot as we were setting up, but, the payoff now after the sun has gone down, we're in the 70s. It's feeling good. Also feeling pretty good about this game so far. Hillcrest with their 3rd possession of the night. The first 2 possessions resulted in long touchdown drives. On this 3rd possession, Hillcrest moving the ball well, getting down inside the Centel Home Design red zone before stalling just a little bit, and right now facing a 3rd and 10 from the 17.
We didn't love the spot right there, but nonetheless, even if it was, we may argue it should have been 7 or 8 yard game, but they gave him 5, and like I've said a couple times, Bryson not trying to do too much. I think at times you're a 2-year-plus starter now or year and a half in, but Bryson probably feels some pressure to be that guy. But a great job staying within himself, picking up what the Huskies give him, not trying to do too much, and giving us a chance to win. And a good first quarter from number 12.
And you figure here's an opportunity. You go for you run the 3rd and 4th down play. I think it depends on what you do here.
Caden Smith goes in motion from the backfield. Empty set now for Bryson. Bryson drops back, looks downfield, slings it across the middle, and just out of the reach of Jordan Chambers-Smith in the end zone. A perfect pass would have been a touchdown right there. Just a little bit out of his reach over his head.
Guys, what may not have been seen was the incidental contact with Caden Smith. And he looked like he was going to run a little flag route to the far side corner. And he was tied up with an outside linebacker from Hewitt, and he just fell to the turf, and it wasn't a penalty. It just got tied up.
All right.
All right, so Hudson Hall will attempt a 34-yard field goal. The snap, the placement, the kick is up, and this one is going to be short and no good for Hudson Hall. So the Huskies hold the Pats on their 3rd possession and maintain the lead 14-13 with 8:20 remaining in the first half.
This is going to be a really critical drive for Hillcrest defensively.
Yeah.
The first time that they've gotten onto the field after Hillcrest has not scored, right?
Yeah.
Remember the first one, it's 0-0, so you kind of chalk that one up. You come away with a turnover. But this is an opportunity for Hewitt to kind of take the lead and establish what they thought might be the way the game goes, correct?
Take the momentum back.
But you've got to be the defense who steps up, makes a play, and in that particular series, Hewitt made a really good stand. Now Hillcrest has got to counter defensively.
And at the very least, like you were saying earlier, Brian, the Hillcrest defense got a chance to rest a little bit thanks to the long drive by the Pats.
Yeah, I don't know at what point in the first quarter we got the ball after the Hewitt touchdown, but that feels like a solid, I don't know about game clock, but a solid 15 minutes that defense was on the sidelines. So they should be
in
fresh.
Real time, yeah.
Right. Allow Coach Patterson, position coaches, to really explain what they see and hopefully slow down this Husky offense a little.
And boy, those running backs for the Huskies have some speed, guys. That Delvecchio Alston, that big run down the sidelines on that last drive, and also Christopher Davis, number 11. Those two guys have got some speed.
Listen,
sure.
Delvecchio Alston, that's no Cavassier Smoke. That's quite the name,
That's
though, right?
Name.
That's definitely.
There was another kid somewhere that was Delvecchio. I'm telling you, where is the other Delvecchio?
I think it was on the Happy Days.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Al Delvecchio owned
Yeah.
Arnold's on Happy Days.
I'm telling you, Delvecchio transcends sports.
Yeah.
It transcends time. I like that name. I agree. I'm glad you said it.
The Happy Days for our 80-year-old plus viewers. That was for you.
Hey, Happy Days celebrated 50 years of their first broadcast this year.
That discussion is not till we're out of the game. We're still in the game, baby.
We're
still
on
in
a
the
break.
game.
I mean, come on.
Come on.
We were on a break.
Okay.
We were on a break.
Now
Got the reference?
We're going from the 70s to the 90s,
And
okay?
Friends, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Back to action and reality. Dobbins in an empty set. 2 wides to the right, 2 to the left. Dobbins takes the snap. It's not Dobbins in the back, and now it's a different quarterback, but he slings it out to the left side. And a fumble. Ball is on the ground. Let's see who's got it. I believe that the Huskies have fallen on it at about the 30-yard line, and that should be enough for a first down for them.
Dang. Mark that down, guys. An opportunity.
Could have been a big one right there,
tough. Yeah. When you're Hillcrest and you're the underdog, you need all the breaks, and there was a break that didn't go our way.
The snap and the keeper by the quarterback, and he's brought down in the backfield. The Pats' big number 94, Jeremiah Beverly there. Too late now. You got to be ready, though. You got to have it and be ready. Have it in your hands.
Great job there. Wow,
Adiada's getting too into the game.
Generous
Getting away
stop
from
right
a job. You got to be ready for those replays. I know you got to be. You got to be there. All right, here's a toss sweep, looking for the edge, and he cuts it upfield, has it, and a little bit more. The run there by Denarius Crawford. Nice pickup. Looked like they had him hemmed in the backfield, but he breaks free, finds a little seam, moves it up to the 42-yard line. It's a first down for the Huskies. And the quarterback, a new quarterback for the Huskies, looks like number 8, Lucian Nelson. He keeps it, moves it up to the 45, 46-yard line, a pickup of about 4.
Second time. That's a busted play. The kid ended up not making the right play, but he certainly ended up with positive yardage. Again, got to be able to take advantage and then just able to fall forward if you're Hewitt. But, yeah, busted play turns into plus 3 yards, Brent.
All right, so the Patriots with an injury on the field.
I think that may be Deshaun Pope. I can't tell.
What number is he, Brad?
Well, he's 95.
Okay.
But I think he may actually be currently wearing 45.
Gotcha.
Can't see the number right now as he's face down on the turf being tended to. Yeah, I think you're right, Brad. 45.
Looks like a cramp. Obviously,
okay.
You don't wish for that, but of all the things, that's probably the best case.
Right, because the cramp's going to go away.
Right. You see Rebecca out there, our fantastic athletic training staff attending to him quickly. Out there with some fluids, and Rebecca doing a good job stretching out. Looks like that calf hamstring area.
Well, I like to see him up.
Yeah, good call, Brad. That is number 45 tonight, but number 95 normally, Junior Deshaun Pope.
It's good to see number 9 running out on the field,
so
A.J. Love. We've certainly missed him throughout the early games of this season. It's great to have him back and making an impact.
I bet he's glad to be back too, boys.
Absolutely. Patriots jump off sides again on the hard count. New quarterback in the game for the Huskies, Lucian Nelson, number 8. Number 3, Noah Dobbins, has not been on during this possession.
Tough break there again. 3 straight plays, really, guys, with Hewitt breaks. Fumble, and then the busted play turned into +2, and then a penalty.
Makes it 2nd down and about 3. Lucian Nelson, the quarterback, takes the snap. He's going to keep it over right guard, and he will be brought down at the 50-yard line. Nice job coming up to make the tackle there. I believe was the Patriots' number 24, Miles Madden. Makes it 3rd down and 2 as they're quickly up to the line of scrimmage once again. Nelson calling the signals. Nelson looks to the sidelines for a play change. Calls it out to his troops. Man comes in motion from left to right. Here's the snap and the handoff and the tackle in the backfield. Great job, Jamarian Bennett there on the tackle, along with a little help from his friends. The Patriots' number 6, Josh Whitehead.
Well, just like we asked for, guys, the defense does come up with a stop.
They stood up, you're right.
And despite all the things that went against them in that particular drive, and they get them on their own side of the field, we're back to receive a punt, boys.
The Smith boys back to receive the punt. Jordan Chambers-Smith and Caden Smith yelling, get out of the way, let it bounce, and it does. Takes a little bit of a Husky bounce down to the 20-yard line. The Pats offense will start there 1st and 10.
You know, something on that last 3rd and 3 where we're able to stop them. They have consistently been able to bounce the ball outside. Hit the hole, it's not there, bounce it outside. Not that time. We talked about the long break the defense had. I don't know if that's an adjustment by Coach McKinney, Coach Patterson, or just the players on their own, but a fantastic job not letting them get the corner.
Well, I tell you, I think that since they didn't have Dobbins in there, they had Lucian Nelson in there. He's a wide receiver.
Good point.
I don't know that he's a passer. They didn't pass the ball at all that time. And I think that the safeties and the cornerbacks were taking advantage of that.
Well, he didn't look like a passer, that's for sure.
Bryson is a passer, and he's in shotgun. He takes the snap, and he does pass it, completed out here to Jacoby Harris on the left side. Jacoby moves it about 5 or 6 yards down the field. We'll call it 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5 from the 25.
I like this pace too, guys. 5 minutes to go in the half. Hillcrest a little methodical. No, not too hurry, not too much of a rush. Just get what you want and make the play. I love the little swing pass. 4 yards on 1st down certainly keeps you ahead of the sticks, and I love it. I love the pace with which we're playing right now, fellas.
They mark him a little bit short of the 25, actually the 24. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Here's the belly G. Christian Ritchie tries to bounce it outside after he has nowhere to go, and he'll be stopped right at about the line of scrimmage.
It's not a good spot either.
Looks like he picked up maybe a yard or 2, Brent. So it'll be
let's
3rd.
See.
They'll call it 3rd
all right,
and 5.
they'll give him a yard, to the 25. It'll be 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5 is manageable, especially with the success the offense has had so far tonight. But also, very importantly, the clock is running. 4 minutes to play in the half.
And we have been able to pick up several of these this half. So this is the big play we've been able to convert early in this game.
Officials blow the whistle. The official talking to Bryson and pointing to the sidelines. Not really sure. Oh, is it an equipment issue for Bryson? Looks like an equipment issue for Bryson, and he's forced to come out of the game on this crucial 3rd and 5.
And here comes Chambly.
Jordan Chambly, the backup quarterback, will come in. I don't know what it was with Bryson. Everything seemed to be fine. I guess just have to trust the official on his call there. Jordan Chambly in shotgun, takes the snap.
Dang it.
The sweep around left end, but there's flags, and that's going to be a 5-yard false start against the Pats.
Brad, is Bryson allowed to come back in, or does it have to be a play run?
I think they're going to try to sneak him back in, but I'm pretty sure he has to sit the play out.
Gotcha.
We'll see if they catch it.
We'll see if the official allows it. Or will they call a penalty if he tries to come back in when he's not supposed to?
I mean, they might.
Or
but
will they
it's
just say,
10.
you got to get out of here?
Listen, they might call a penalty, but it's 3rd and 10. So
but it's also back at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, and it's also a pretty critical spot in the game as far as the time goes. Bryson is at quarterback, though, and I haven't had anything said to him so far.
The officials are allowing it. Yeah, Jalen Cook.
You got time,
Jalen. A late arriver. Here comes the snap. Bryson back to pass, being blitzed. This one gets tipped and almost intercepted in the hands of the defensive back, but he was unable to hold on to it, fortunately, for the Pats.
Tough break with the equipment violation.
Yeah,
I mean, did his helmet come off? Did anybody see that?
I didn't see that.
I didn't either. It looked to me like a chin strap issue that would not buckle, but at the same time, I didn't see him getting any maintenance over there either.
Jordan Chambers-Smith on to punt for the Pats. Oh, my goodness.
Just let it go.
The ball goes
go
over Jordan's head, and he takes it out of the back of the end zone. And that'll be a safety, and it'll extend the Hewitt lead to 16-13.
One of the things that we talked about all week with the coaches, we're not in a situation right now to where we can be less than perfect and still win the game. And now it's turning into a situation where you have to be much more perfect than we currently have been in the last 6 minutes of play time.
Right.
And so the breaks that Hewitt got on that last drive resulted in a punt, which is good. But now the mistake by Hillcrest with the long snapper, Callan Cozon, snapping it over Jordan Chambers-Smith's head turns into 2 points for the Huskies.
I will give Jordan Chambers-Smith some credit, though. Initially tried to pick it up, took a glance, fumbled a little bit. After that, scooped it up, took it out of the back of the end zone, and did not compound that problem by giving up 6 instead of 2.
You're right. That was a smart football play. And now Jordan Chambers-Smith gets to punt it from the 20-yard line.
Anybody slightly surprised we're punting this instead of kicking it off? We just looking for the hang.
Well, no, we are kicking it.
Okay, yeah, my bad.
Hudson Hall is here to kick it off.
Look, let's keep a mark now. Remember, 3:02 to play in the half. Remember, we do get the ball first in the second half.
Right, but then this is a crucial defensive stand.
It's a huge defensive possession for us.
Hudson Hall with the Hillcrest tennis kickoff, kicking from his own 20 after the safety. It's a line drive kick, and it's over the head. What a catch by the receiver back at the 25-yard line. He breaks it upfield, and he'll be brought down at about the 44-yard line. So the Huskies will start their 1st and 10 with 2:54 remaining in this first half. And as you said, Brad, a very, very important defensive stand for the Patriots here.
Not that Hewitt needs timeouts because of the speed that they move, with which they move, but they do have all 3 Tidwell paint and body timeouts. Hillcrest with 1 Tidwell paint and body timeout remaining, boys.
All right, let's see who is in at quarterback for the Huskies. A tackle in the backfield coming in. A.J. Love making the tackle on Noah Dobbins. I'm sorry, Delvecchio Alston in the backfield.
I just was pointing out Noah's back in, Brent.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But huge play by A.J. Love.
Absolutely. Makes it 2nd down and 15. Noah Dobbins is back in at quarterback. He's in an empty set this time. He slings it out to the left side, complete. A gain of about 6, down to about the 46-yard line. Big 3rd down and about 7 now for the Patriot defense against this Husky offense.
I don't want to call this a huge play, but it could be. 3rd and long, chance to get off the field, still with some time to move the ball.
Here's a pass over to the left side. Incomplete. And it will be 4th down and 6. So the Patriot defense coming up with a big stand, 2 series in a row.
Guys, huge play, because after the safety, Hewitt had fantastic field position, or at least an option to do it. And Hillcrest comes up with a 3-and-out with a chance to flip the field with 1 timeout.
And still 2 minutes left, right? Fair catch called for at the 20-yard line by Jordan Chambers-Smith, and the Pats will start their 1st and 10.
I know we're far from the locker room right now, but I felt myself exhale right there as that ball hit the ground. Obviously, a lot could go wrong, but a lot could go right in this last almost 2 minutes. And Brad, I think you said this. You know, honestly, I think we undersold how good a kickoff that was from Hudson after that line drive where they only got it to the 41-42, and then a great 3-and-out right there by our defense.
Well, that third down conversion of the defense, I would say, is huge because they got off the field and obviously came up with decent field position.
Bryson under center, I formation. Christian Ritchie at the I-back position. Here's the pitch out to Christian, looking for some room on the right side. Not a whole lot there for him. He picks up maybe 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
I think Hillcrest will be relatively conservative unless they bust something. So they'll pause, wait for the play clock to run down. There's 30 seconds or so remaining on it. It'll take us around the 1-minute mark. But remember, you potentially still have to punt this back to Hewitt. So I don't think Hillcrest will get crazy unless they bust something big.
And, Brad, I'll also be interested to see if Hewitt stops this again for a short game, will they use a timeout?
I think so if we don't get much here, Brad.
Bryson takes the snap under center. Breaking free on the Billy G is Jacoby Harris to the 30-yard line. It's very close to a first down, but just about 1.5 yards short. It'll be 3rd, and we'll call it 2.
And now Hewitt does take a timeout, a Tidwell Payton body timeout. That's Hewitt-Trussville's first Tidwell Payton body timeout with 1:05 to go here in the half.
Little surprise there, guys.
Yeah.
Little surprise. Honestly, I was expecting or thinking Jamie may try to go a little more pace with a 3rd and 1 right there. I thought Hewitt at worst would be like, okay, we're going to go to the half with the lead, but Hewitt using that timeout, let's see if the good guys can make them pay.
That's right.
Obviously, you've got to do a good job with this particular play. Hewitt's got enough timeouts to where they can stop it. If you're Hillcrest, you probably run the ball here unless you've got something really secure with a pass play. I mean,
Or is this the time to take a shot?
Yeah.
It might be.
I mean, Jamie Mitchell is not scared to take risks. You don't last 28, 29 years as a head coach at the highest level without knowing when to take a risk. But I think I agree. I expect a sneak or a belly G right here.
I expect that too, but I also wouldn't be incredibly surprised to see a shot downfield in this situation.
Golly, I'm not going to say anything.
1:05 remaining. Big play for the Pats offense. 3rd down, 1.5 yards. Bryson under center. He'll take the snap. He'll hand it off to Christian Ritchie. Christian moves it past the 30-yard line to the 31, and that's enough for a first down. Stephen Fikes All-State first down will move the sticks. The clock stops momentarily, but it's moving now. 52 seconds remaining here in this first half.
That's a really big first down, boys. But at the same time, you maybe see a shot, maybe a little up-tempo if you get something here on this first down.
All right, Bryson with a toss sweep to Jacoby Harris around left end. Jacoby fighting for yards to the 42-yard line. And it looks like he's got enough for a Stephen Fikes All-State first down. The clock does stop momentarily at 29, but they don't give it time to set the chains.
No, they don't.
They stop it for a split second and then continue it on.
That's frustrating.
It is very frustrating. 18 seconds remaining. Hillcrest quickly up to the line of scrimmage. Only a couple of more plays left. Bryson back to pass, looking downfield, steps up into the pocket, slings it down the field, and it is caught at the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and out of bounds at the 4-yard line with 1.2 seconds left. The completion there to the Pats, Jalen Cook. The Pats with a chance to take the lead or at least tie this. Do they kick the field goal?
Yeah, we do have a timeout in our back pocket. Play clock is running. Jamie
field goal
does have a
unit coming
timeout.
on. Field goal unit coming on.
Okay, I don't know. I mean, look, obviously you take the 3 points, you tie the game, you get the ball in the second half, so you don't squander the opportunity to get the points. However, it's not the worst idea to take the timeout to get your team set.
Or do you ice the kicker in that situation?
You don't ice your own kicker, but at the same time.
All right, here's the Brandy Patterson field goal attempt from Hudson Hall. Hudson kicks it up, and he kicks it through. It is good. And the Pats tie the game here tonight. 16-16 with zeros on the clock at the end of the first half. We will take a break. We'll return with the Stephen Fikes All-State halftime show as the Patriots, who made the drive, go nuts here on the visitor side. Back after this on the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network. Nice students and fans since 1939, Bama Stuff is the perfect place for all your Bama merchandise needs. They have a large selection of Nike official on-field apparel, as well as everything you need for the perfect game day experience. Come see our exclusive in-house design Bama apparel and souvenirs to help you stand out. Located on the heart of the Strip on University Boulevard, in the shadow of Bryant-Denny. They're open 7 days a week or shop online anytime at BamaStuff.com. Bama Stuff is proud to be UA alumni and veteran owned and operated.
So when I finally got into college, I remember that a lot of the finances were now not on my parents but on me. I remember telling my teller this, and she had such amazing advice to set up 2 savings accounts. One could be used solely to build up, and then the other could be used for emergencies, and I still have both of those accounts to this day. The Alabama Credit Union employees really have your back and are willing to do everything in order to give you great service.
So Ignite is a high school student employment initiative. We have a summer job fair, and a lot of employers have hired students from the summer job fair.
If you are not involved in Ignite, you should be involved in Ignite. It will be the best decision that you will make for your company in the hiring process.
It's an opportunity to grow your own workforce, to mentor young people. You can help give back to the community by helping students engage in a productive activity.
All right, we are back, and you're watching the Stephen Fikes All-State Halftime Show, and the Pride of Patriot Parkway Marching Band making their way out onto the field, and they are going to present to us the halftime show for tonight. And tonight, since we're on the road, as it often is the case, you'll get to watch the band from behind.
Hey!
You probably won't hear them as well because their instruments are pointed toward the home stand, but you will get to hear them. We'll make sure of that. Guys, what an amazing first half. I guess we don't have time to really get into talking about it right now, but we will when we return after listening to the Pride of Patriot Parkway Marching Band.
And the Hillcrest High School Marching Band takes the field.
Auburn and Jag, 43-42. Don't use match points.
I use it. I use it. Like I use the AL.com to me too. It's the best.
Lawrence and Bob Jones tied at 7. Yeah, but isn't Lawrence Bob Jones?
If you want it over McGill. Over Oxford.
All right, the Pride of Patriot Parkway Marching Band. The backside of them here tonight. And guys, you know what sounds especially good in the Pride of Patriot Parkway Marching Band?
Not us talking over them.
You know what sounds especially good? That snare drum.
Hey!
Yeah. That freshman snare.
He's really good.
I'm not sure where he got his talent. Certainly, must have been his mom. Must have been his mom.
I noticed it from here.
All right, guys. So it's time for the Two Gals Salon stat line.
Thank you, Laura
And
Lynn.
it's time for the two of you to make your guesses as to the total yards for both of these teams.
Gosh.
I am.
Let's go.
He's going to beat me this week. I don't have a clue.
Who do you want to go with first?
Let's start with Hewitt.
Okay, Hewitt.
You go first, Brad.
Okay. Golly. I'll say that Hewitt comes in at about 170.
I think a few more. I was thinking I'm going to go 229.
193.
No,
you guys kind of split the difference.
No, what'd you say?
170.
Oh yeah, he beat me on that.
Because you went over, but still you're about the same difference apart. Yeah, it's all right. I know it's dark. It's because their lights are dark. But now we're back up. We got a little bit more light. Okay, all right. Let's get your guess for the Patriots on offense.
Okay, obviously I think it was our most productive half right there. 97-yard touchdown, another 58-yard touchdown. That long drive. Excuse me. That another long pass right there. Let's go back to the wheelhouse and say 228.
What you got, Brad?
It's really close. I'll say just a hair over, and I'll say 240.
Would you like to try 319, guys?
Wow.
319.
Wow.
142 on the ground, 177 through the air.
Brent, you commented, I think, both on and off the air. Bryson I don't want to, golly, I hate saying this. Bryson has had a good half. I'll leave it at that. Bryson had one of the better halves of his season, what we just witnessed.
Hillcrest with 13 first downs to Hewitt's only 8. And let's see, we had the ball how many times? 5 times?
I count. Let's see, we scored 3. We turned it over. We
snap
didn't turn
over
it over.
his head.
Yeah, that's
well,
one.
snap over his head, and then the punt. So it was 5, right? Didn't we have 1 punt?
I don't think we punted. I don't remember a punt.
Yeah,
we punt was
didn't we
the long
won?
snap.
No, we didn't punt.
Okay.
They punted once. I think we only had it 4 times.
I guess it was 4 then.
Yeah.
I thought we had it 5 times.
I did too.
Because
the field goal, right?
Yeah,
right.
but that was the 4th.
Okay, so we scored on 3 of our 4 possessions.
Correct. That's correct.
And the possessions have been so long too. I know we don't have a time of possession stat in here, but so long. Bryson, you're talking about how well he's played tonight. 7 for 10 for 177 yards and 1 touchdown.
And Brent, going with that, and I know we got to speed along a little bit. He seemed like he's playing more within himself. Whether it be a botched play where he just took his medicine, or waiting, or stepping up in the pocket. He just seems a lot more comfortable back there than he has in each of the previous 4 games.
And making great decisions as well.
Guys, I feel like there's a certain amount of really good rhythm right now offensively.
Yeah.
And a lot of, to me, I feel like the Huskies may be a bit on their heels. Now, halftime obviously is an opportunity to fix that if you're Hewitt. But at the same time, I think if you're Hillcrest, it's an opportunity to try to, exploit some of the things you did well in the first half.
And build upon your success. Right. Hey, let me look at the list at the rest of the stats that we have here. Jordan Chambers-Smith with 2 catches for 70 yards, 1 touchdown on that beautiful stop move that caused the defender to run past him on the sidelines, and then he took it on in the final 27, 30 yards or so. Jalen Cook, 1 catch for 53 yards, but it was a huge one here at the end of the half. Almost scored for the Pats to take the lead, but allowed the Pats to get that field goal to tie it up on the last play of the half. Caden Smith with 3 catches for 50 yards. That's nothing to sneeze at either. Jacoby Harris, 1 catch for 40 yards. And looking at the rushing leaders for the Pats, lots of good numbers here too, guys. Jacoby Harris, 6 carries for 64 yards and a touchdown. It really seems like every time number 4 touches the ball, he's 9-10 yards down the field.
Right.
I would love to see his average per carry for the season.
Yeah.
7 carries for Christian Harris for 63 yards. Caden Smith, 5 carries for 23 yards, and Bryson with 5 carries for 8.
Y'all help me out. How many plays, running plays, rushing plays, non-botch plays? I'm okay, Adiana. Y'all want a drink or anything?
Oh, I'll take a water, please.
Water here. Yes, water here.
Adiana, 3
waters.
Yeah.
3 waters.
Hey, anyway, I don't remember too many negative plays for us rushing. You're talking about Caden's, talking about 2 and Thor back there. seems like they did a good job, even when there wasn't much there, picking up 2 or 3 yards to make sure it was positive.
Remember, the only negative play that comes to mind, and I'm not saying it's the only one, was the Bryson Kimbrough. It was kind of a busted play. He dropped the snap.
He bobbled it, yeah.
And then he didn't make a positive play, but he kind of made a little bit of chicken salad out of chicken poop, right? So, yeah.
And some penalties have hurt us a little bit as well, getting us a little bit behind the chains from time to time. But for the most part, we've been able to make up for that. But listen, I'm going to tell you another huge difference, I think, here tonight that we don't need to overlook is the fact that A.J. Love is back there in the lineup, disrupting and causing problems in the backfield for the Huskies.
Well, that defensive line, regardless of number, have been troublemakers for the Hewitt offensive line. On the far side, Jeremiah Beverly, we've called his name a few times. And, Kendall Moorhead, of course, a few times. But you're right. The number one playmaker so far in that defensive line has been the left end, number 9, A.J. Love.
Consistently.
Oh, man, he's really good. I'm telling you, but his friends have joined him.
You're right.
Yeah.
And he hasn't been alone.
It's kind of like when you have all of them in there, you have the right recipe, right?
That's true. You cannot double team any of them. You put 2 on number 9, well, you're going to leave 94 wide open. You're going to leave Kendall wide open. Very difficult.
They meet in the backfield at Cheers.
All right. Hey, guys. All right, that's enough for talking about this particular game for the first half for the moment. Let's move on to the RSV Design scoreboard update. And I believe we had a little message that Robin Spence Vanderford.
Here. If possible, Robin was suggesting, and she has so many homecoming stuff ready for us, whether it be stuff that are, each grade needs for their floats, whether it be pomp, but also helping out. We got a big parade, actually, 6 days from now. The 4th annual, I believe, Hillcrest Parade going down Patriot Parkway. Robin can help with car magnets. RSV Designs can help with homemade signs. Anything you may need for homecoming, Robin Spence Vanderford with RSV Designs has for you.
And who has a better scoreboard than RSV Designs?
Oh, my gosh, definitely.
Let's take a look at the scoreboard.
Totally
what you got, Brad?
All right, Brian will help me out with some scores after I call these, but I think he's looked up some of his own. But I've got from the land of 7A, Florence and Bob Jones tied at 7. Thompson trails Vestavia 17-14.
No way.
Yep.
Wow.
Vestavia Hills leads the Thompson Warriors 17-14. Currently, Tuscaloosa County 20, Oak Mountain 19.
Wow.
Prattville trails Hoover 26-6. So all those games, of course, except for the Florence Bob Jones from Class 7A Region 3. Also from around the state in Class 7A, Enterprise traveling to Phoenix City where they lead the Devils 14-13.
That's a big game right there.
I believe that's 2 top 3 teams in 7A.
That's right. The Wildcats, huge. I would think at least underdogs to the Devils, but they currently lead by 1. Foley leads MGM and their upstart program, but Foley leads 14-7. Northridge leads Central 10-0 at the half. Mountain Brook 7, Oxford 0, and then back to 7A. And is a pretty good team, or a couple of teams.
Yeah.
The Wolverines of Carver lead Dothan 22-21.
Is it just me, or does it seem like about 80% of the teams in 7A are good
and you know what,
teams?
though? I think it's your
true.
Case in point. A lot of those, honestly, I expected many of those to be flipped. I bet you as this score is going around the state, people are like, whoa, I thought Hillcrest was down a little bit. Brett, I don't have much to add. I don't know if you mentioned this. Hoover leaving Prattville 26-6. Slight update, Mountain Brook now leads 14-7 over Oxford, which has gone to the half. Some other 6A and smaller classifications that some people may be interested in, but not too big a deal for us. Pike Road up 21-6, Spanish Fort's up. Hartselle leading Decatur 16-0, but I think we've hit the big ones.
All right, so now it's time for us to move on to our college football preview.
Yep.
Thanks to Tiger Rock Martial Arts for bringing us the college football preview every week. And let's look and see what the results are for this week. And I believe you got the Two Gal Salon on there. The Two Gal Salon.
I swear I'm the worst.
Listen,
I'm the worst.
I was under 500 last year. I need this.
Right. Brian is on fire. 4-1 last week, 11-4 overall.
You need to put that graphic back up there. We need 4-1. I need that up the whole time. I'm just kidding, Avery. I'm just kidding. Thank you, though.
All right, and let's see. She can't get the Two Gal Salon stat line off. Oh, well.
Great job, guys.
Okay, you be quiet. You be quiet and take your medicine, okay? Brian, 11-4 overall. Wow, that's amazing. I was 4-1 also last week.
Dang it, Brent.
Up to 9-6 now, so still within striking distance of you. And Brad. Brad.
Guys, last week.
0-5.
Listen, it was terrible. But remember, look, I was thinking about this during Saturday. I took LSU over South Carolina. They were down by 17 early. They won the game. They just didn't cover.
That was my L.
I know.
That was the one. I was
just
thinking,
can't believe
golly,
it.
I know.
So, and then the other games that I took, I think I got the winner correct. They just didn't cover.
Vegas is good.
And that's the way it goes. But look, the bottom line is, I mean, Brian, so somebody said, I was under 500. Guys, I would be lucky to spell 500, okay? So I'm atrocious. My wife, Leah, will always give me a hard time. Because no one watches more college football than you. How are you so bad? I'm like, you know what? Thank you.
Great
Thank you.
question.
It's true. Yep. And if you know me, you know her. So she doesn't really slide anything.
Leah pulls no punches.
Yeah, that's
Well,
right.
I tell you, looks like Lori Lynn is determined to keep her logo up there because we've done everything we can to get the
better than looking
Two
at
Gal
our
Salon
ugly
stat
mugs.
line off, but we can't. But anyway, Brad, you're 3-12. Let's look at the lineup of games for us to pick this week. We've got, first of all, the Arkansas Razorbacks visiting the Two Gals Salon in Fairhope. No, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I was a little bit confused there. We got the Arkansas Razorbacks visiting the Auburn Tigers, and the Tigers of Auburn are a 4-point favorite. And I want you to go first, Brad.
I'm sure you do, so you guys know how to pick.
Well, I'll go first. That's true.
It's fine. Whatever I say, you guys just pick the opposite.
And then we'll do well, yeah.
Look, I will say a lot of people are down on Auburn, and I see why. They're not very good. Arkansas was probably, predicted to be the 14th, 15th, 16th best team in the conference, and now they're going to Jordan-Hare, right? And you think, golly, Arkansas, surely Auburn will get it together. They have a new starting quarterback this week. I think Arkansas is actually pretty good. I think I'm taking the Tigers +4.
Dang it, Brad.
You mean you're taking the Razorbacks?
Sorry, Arkansas +4.
Write it down.
Okay, I'll write
this
it down.
Okay, you got Arkansas
I got
+4.
Arkansas.
I mean, that's what I wanted
I'll go
to
next.
do.
I'll go next.
for it.
Okay. I'm going to go with Auburn. I think Auburn has found the man at quarterback. He looks confident. Had a great game last week. And they're playing at home. They need the win. It's their first SEC game of the season. I think Auburn is turning things around back in the right direction, and I think Auburn covers the four.
They had a huge win against, an arch rival that defeated them the previous year, New Mexico, I believe. That quarterback, listen, he was a top 1,000 recruit. So, in some services. Golly, I can't pick Auburn. I'll take the Razorbacks and the points.
Okay. All right, so in our next matchup, we have the Utah Utes. Sometimes with these mascots that I choose online, I try to find the strangest things possible.
Well, you did a good job this. You got Jimi Hendrix right there. It looks like, who is that?
It's a cowboy.
Oh, it looked like an afro. My bad.
Oklahoma State cowboy. That's a cowboy hat.
It's like Sam Elliott.
Jimmy Hendrix.
It does look like Sam Elliott.
He does kind of.
Either Sam Elliott or Jimmy Hendrix.
I was going to say, or maybe Pancho Villa.
Hey.
He's in black. It's an Oklahoma
Sam
State
Elliott,
cowpoke.
Pancho Villa, Jimmy Hendrix.
Same person.
Yeah.
So this is a big game, guys, as far as playoffs go. Lost it. Number 12. There we go. Number 12, Utah, 2.5-point underdog at Oklahoma State. Okay, guys, I believe I'm going to stick with the home favorite here and go with the Cowpokes.
You know what? I will too. That's less than a field goal. I will also take the Fighting Mike Gundy's and go Oklahoma.
Since we have, we're going to have to go quickly. Let's take a little time and spend it talking about the Tennessee-Oklahoma game because that's obviously the biggest game of the weekend. Brad, you go.
Obviously, this is a game that I've talked about for a long time. I think Tennessee either loses a close one or wins by 20. So, obviously, I'll take the Vols to cover the 7.
I think the Vols will cover the 7, but I think the Sooners are going to give them a fight most of the way because of home. And, here's the thing. Nico's going to be tested, his first real road test in a very hostile, traditional environment. So that's going to be the difference to see what happens there. But I will go, you know what, since you went with the Vols, I'm going to go with the Sooners.
Oklahoma scores late for a backdoor cover. Tennessee wins by 6. Oklahoma covers.
All right, let's go quickly with these other two that we have. Vandy, 21.5-point underdog to LSU. What you got?
I will take, to Missouri.
To Missouri.
I'll take Missouri minus the 21.5. And what is the other one?
All right, here's the kickoff. Let's get to the field. We'll come back to it here in just a second. There we go. Fielded at the 2-yard line up to the 20, 25, 30, 35. Jacoby Harris all the way down to the 39-yard line. A great kickoff there returned by Jacoby Harris. And the Pats starting out with good field position.
I love the, you know what? Lori Lynn's getting her money's worth tonight.
Yes, she is.
Stat line. It's off now. We'll come back to it when we get a break. We get a little bit more break with this one, so we'll come back to the college football picks later, boys.
Yeah, we'll do that. We still got a couple of picks left, but, this is the important business at hand right now. Bryson in shotgun, takes the snap, a little option play. He pitches it out to the right side, breaking a couple of tackles, making a nice run, carrying defenders is that's Jacoby Harris with a nice pickup of about 7 and what looked like should have been no gain or maybe just a yard or 2.
It's the fight with which they're playing tonight, boys.
That's right.
I mean, we talked about it. They're the boxer in the corner. Hillcrest is coming out punching. They've done it all night, and they're coming out after the half, and they're throwing some haymakers again.
All right, so 2nd down and 3 after the 7-yard pickup by Jacoby Harris. Bryson in shotgun. Christian Ritchie flanks him to the right. 3 wide receivers to the left. 1 here to the short side of the field on the right. Here comes Jacoby Harris in motion. Bryson takes the snap. Bryson slings it out short of Caden Smith as he tried to catch him there on the left side and just sent him a low ball. Nothing doing.
That's okay. That play did not look like it was going to do much anyway. I would like to have seen what Caden could have done with that, but that's okay. 3rd and short, still manageable. 3rd and 3 at the Hillcrest on 46-yard line, boys.
I formation for the Pats. Bryson under center.
Do that.
And the officials blow the whistle.
I think it was a legal substitution. Jordan Chambers-Smith came off late. I think we had 12 in the formation. I don't know if that's a call, but it looked like some sort of illegal substitution penalty.
So they'll back it up 5 yards, and instead of being 3rd and about 3, it's going to be 3rd and 8.
Yeah, tough break. Had something positive with the 6-yard, 7-yard gain on 1st down. But he kind of backed up a little bit here. These last 2, not so good.
Bryson in shotgun, takes the snap, looks to his left, being pressured. Bryson will keep it, will sling it over, complete, down to the 30, the 25, and down to the 21-yard line after the completion there to Caden Smith.
Flag
there
down.
is a flag in the backfield.
I think he was past the line of scrimmage.
No, he called a hold.
Did they?
Yep.
Oh, my goodness. What a tough break. Did you see the touch that Bryson put on that?
Really well done.
Just floated it up. Yeah. A nice little arc completed to Caden. Perfect pass, but unfortunately a holding penalty will bring this one back.
Yeah, it seems like a kind of a flurry of bad breaks to open the second half, guys. Hillcrest is going to have to weather some sort of storm. You know, you pick up 6 yards, 7 yards on the first down of the first play of the second half, and all they've done since is gone backwards. And so these penalties are continuing to mount up. Got to get out of this situation, got to get out of this rut. Let's see what we can do with 3rd and 17, 18.
Yeah, I'd say closer to 18, yeah. Bryson in shotgun. Takes the snap, drops back. He's being pressured. He's going to try to run away from the pressure, and he will be brought down at about the 34-yard line. A little bit of a pickup, but not nearly enough for a 1st down. It'll be 4th and about 16, and the Pats will be forced to punt.
Once again, couldn't quite get out of her own way on that drive. Good job by picking up 6 or 7 on the first one. You know, Bryson, the ball slipped out of his hands, and then a couple back-to-back penalties brings us to 4th down.
Jordan Chambers-Smith on to kick for the Pats. He stands at his 20-yard line. Now would be a good time for a big boomer. Jordan hesitates, finally kicks it away, gets a good kick off. The Pats down there ready to field it. And it is downed at the 31-yard line. Mysteriously, that's your favorite thing there, Brad, right?
I hate that.
You've got to understand that second bounce was going to take it another 8 to 10 yards further into Husky territory.
And you also stand in front of it in case it doesn't. If it blocks back up into you, that's
then you
fine.
catch it.
But you've got to allow the ball to bounce on that second time. It's going away from you.
Huskies up to the line of scrimmage quickly, but whistles blow. Yeah, he'll hear about that at the film session for sure.
It's just not good special teams play. And that'll be a TV timeout, boys?
Is it?
I don't know. I think so. Let's maybe stay with it and do our college picks.
Oh, there you go. Let's go back to the college picks graphic.
Now, Brad,
there.
I do think you need to pick one game.
I do, yes.
Well, I think we have more than that left.
Yeah, but I think Brad didn't pick on one that you and I did, though.
Yes, Utah and Oklahoma State.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Utah and Oklahoma State. All right,
okay.
go.
Obviously, I'm going to be wrong. You guys are going to be right, but I think Willingham is a better coach than Gundy. I'm taking the Utes.
He's a man. He's 40.
I'm a man.
What is he, about 55
I was
now?
about to say.
That was a long time ago.
Right,
So
2010.
back to Vandy and Mizzou.
Vandy and Mizzou, 21.5 underdog. Vandy is at Mizzou. What you got?
I took Mizzou minus the big number.
And I think that was it for that one, right?
I don't know.
Yeah. I'll go with Vandy plus the points. What you got, Brad?
Yeah, Lee, I'll take Mizzou.
All right, and our final game is Southern Cal at the Big House at Michigan. Y'all look at this graphic here for the mascot.
Ooh.
I had that as Missouri last week.
I saw that.
It's actually Michigan.
Okay. Okay. Well, you know what? It's
Michigan
Michigan this week. That's okay.
I was corrected by David Jones, and he was right.
Number 11
against number.
It says
18.
It's 18. Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
you can't see it on that screen.
Okay, 6.5. I'll go first. Golly, I just don't have a lot of faith in Michigan. I don't think USC's a bad football team anyway, but this is a tough one because I think Michigan's got something in the tank. But I'll take the Trojans, which means I'll be wrong.
What you got, Brian?
I'll also take the Trojans. That's the line's actually down to 5, so a lot of money coming in on USC.
Yeah, I'll go with the Trojans as well, minus 6.5. Okay, back to live action here as the Huskies are up to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 from the Patriots' 31-yard line. The quarterback is Noah Dobbins. He takes the snap, he rolls to his right, looking downfield, and this one is complete on the sidelines at about the 45-yard line. That's a pickup of 14 and enough for a first down. And the Huskies up to the line of scrimmage quickly. Once again, Dobbins calling the signals. Man comes in motion. The snap, the handoff around right end. Hillcrest defense unable to bring him down. They were there, but he's able to slither through somehow, crosses midfield, gets down to the 45-yard line. Nice pickup there by Delvecchio Alston of about 8. It's 2nd down and 2. And the Huskies up to the line of scrimmage once again. Dobbins calling the signals. Man comes in motion from right to left. Here's a handoff to Alston again. Alston doesn't have as much room right there, though.
Yeah, sure did.
Whistle blew, yes, as he was brought down at about the 46-yard line.
Wow, they gave him a spot way back here.
Yeah.
That may be a little bit of a loss.
That's a premature whistle.
Yeah, it sure was.
You're right, because he fell forward. He had not been stopped for no gain. He fell forward for about 3, but they moved it back 5 yards in the forward motion. All right, Dobbins will keep it around right in. Dobbins is hit at about the 43-yard line, a pickup of about 4, and that is enough for the first down for the Huskies at the 43-yard line of the Pats. They move back to a huddle, not quite as quick right now. 8:32 remaining in the third quarter. We're tied 16-16. They're up to the line of scrimmage. The snap, Dobbins back to pass. Dobbins slings it down the sideline, and it is caught for the touchdown. Beautiful pass there to number 1, Dylan Cope. The wide receiver laid it out there perfectly for him, and the Huskies regain the lead, 22-16, with 8:18 remaining in the third.
That's a tough start to the half, guys. I mean, there's no other way to put it. You know, we've had some tough second halves right here. You know, a good start for the Huskies right there on their initial possession.
Extra point attempt to come. The snap, the placement, the kick is up, and the kick is through. 23-16 in favor of the Huskies.
How many times have we talked about Jamarian Bennett's speed? And, you know,
fooling himself with his speed.
Speed kills, right? Speed can kill the other team. It can also kill you. And, you know, sometimes you trust yourself too much. And Jamarian has yet to determine that some guys that we play are at least as fast as he is.
You know what? You don't see that in other levels, and we've seen it consistently, especially over this week and the previous 2 weeks. You know, it's something hopefully he can adjust to, not only moving on this game, but moving on this season.
Yeah, tough. You know, and they kind of lull you with the horizontal run game,
right.
you know? you feel like you got to come up and run support, and then all of a sudden they sneak somebody
Yeah, and I
past you.
don't think we had any. That guy had a more or less free run off the line of scrimmage there. So by the time he did get to the secondary, he was at full speed when Jamarian was just starting to get to full speed.
And it was an absolutely perfect pass by Dobbins.
Yep.
Hit him in stride perfectly. I want to go back to the Hillcrest offensive series, though, because they were moving the ball, good plays. They just kept hurting themselves with the penalties and took the drive away from themselves with those penalties.
Definitely, Brandon. You know, you're talking about that possession. It's a big one for us right now. You know, the second halves have been tough. Good. We need our offense right now. Now, they weren't remarkably clean in the first half. See if we can answer here and get some momentum back.
All right.
Yeah,
So
you're
the Pats,
right, Brian. You're right. You got to answer.
Caden Smith back deep in the center for the Pats. Here comes the kick. It'll be fielded by Jordan Chambers-Smith, I believe. He's up to the 20, 25, 30, 35. No, that's Jacoby Harris. He's all the way down to the 42. Great field position for the Pats. You know, these kickoff returns by the Pats have been pretty nice here tonight.
Man, that's a line drive right to him. And honestly, I don't know where that was supposed to be blocked. He said, man, I'm going right up the gut. Stop me if you can.
I agree. I love the fire that he's returning the ball with. That's 2 returns in a row that have really set us up in pretty good field position. Obviously, the first possession of the second half, you know, Ryan called it. We kind of shot ourselves in the foot. Let's see if we can do something a little better here.
Bryson under center, the belly G. Christian Ritchie with the ball. Christian will move it forward to about the 47-yard line. Nice pickup of about 5, and it'll be second down and 5.
It's a nice play. Right up the gut. Christian falls forward, puts us ahead of the chains. 2nd and 5 or 6.
Pats up to the line of scrimmage. Bryson will be in shotgun this time. He'll take the snap. The keeper over right guard. Bryson looking to bounce it around, moves it up near midfield, still fighting for yardage. He'll be stopped there at the 50, a pickup of about 2, and it'll be 3rd and 3.
Nice play. I like that. A little misdirection with Caden in the backfield, running his motion from near side to far. And then, of course, Caden comes on the backside of the cut. But I like that. And it's a nice setup play, by the way. Look, you can really lull the defense to sleep with horizontal motion and also that run game that makes people look into the backfield, right? You want to trick people, and eventually you get them on a pass.
Bryson in shotgun. Little option play, pitches it out to Jacoby Harris. Jacoby has the first down and more as he's run out of bounds just past the sticks at about the 46-yard line. Stephen Fikes All-State first down for the Pats.
I'm sorry, Brad, tell me what you saw. I was real impressed with a good job by Bryson right there, making that defensive end, that rushing linebacker, commit to him before he pitched the ball.
Remember, if you're the defensive end or the read guy, your first responsibility as the quarterback or the ball, make him pitch it, and he did a good job. But then Bryson did a good job reading it and making him make a play.
On 1st and 10, here's a handoff to Christian Ritchie, and Christian lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. I believe he does, but it'll be 2nd down and 10.
It's okay. Remember, inside run game, it's critical to continue to push there. You force the defense to be honest. You kind of try to get the linebackers involved. Ultimately, you'd love for those safeties to come up and try to be in run support, and then you can throw it over top. But so far, so good on this drive, guys. 6.5 to play here in the third. 23-16 Hewitt. And Hillcrest obviously still in this one. I like the fight.
2nd and 10 from the 46 of the Huskies. Bryson, shotgun. Caden goes in motion from left to right. Here's the snap. Bryson back to pass, releases it, and it is incomplete, intended for Jordan Chambers-Smith at about the 25-yard line, broken up there by the defensive secondary of the Huskies. And Jordan Chambers-Smith, I believe, has lost a shoe.
Yeah, he's okay. He's lost his shoe. Tough play.
Yeah,
whatever they did, I thought Hewitt did a really good job reading
I think
the play.
they finally dropped that linebacker into coverage that they've not done to cut off one of those kind of over-the-middle plays.
Yeah, Demarius Crawford, the junior linebacker, did a good job reading that seam route, Brian. You're right.
Big play, 3rd and 10 from the 46. 3 wide receivers to the left side in a trips formation. Bryson takes the snap, drops back, looks down the field, and overthrows Jordan Chambers-Smith out of bounds at about the 28-yard line. It'll be 4th down for the Pats.
Tough spot here. You in plus territory, and you did a pretty good job on that first set of chains. Second set of chains, not so much. You're giving Hewitt back the ball after a big touchdown where they not only recapture the lead, but they do so with a lot of success. Didn't really have any sort of hesitation or any sort of resistance from that Hillcrest defense. Got to really bow our necks here, boys.
Back deep for the Huskies, Ty Wilkinson, the wide receiver. Jordan Chambers-Smith ready to punt it. Jordan looks possibly to run, but decides to kick it at the last moment. It takes a great Hillcrest bounce. Let it bounce, guys.
Let it go.
Inside the 10, down to the 5-yard line, where it will be downed by the Patriots. So the Huskies will start there, deep in their own territory, first and 10.
Yeah, why is the clock running?
Still going. Still
Stop
going.
the clock.
What's going? We lost 10 seconds.
Change of possession.
Hey.
The clock's still running.
It's still going.
Clock's still running.
Still.
Oh, my goodness.
We're losing 20 seconds.
Guys.
Oh, come on.
Wow. Wow.
That's 30 seconds. That's 30 seconds.
It never stopped on the change of possession.
At all. It's still going. That's ridiculous.
They blew it.
The snap, Dobbins being pressured.
Yeah,
he has to throw it away.
30 seconds.
Incomplete.
When that ball hit the ground, it was 5:59, and now it's 5:29.
Wonder if the coaches are noticing this and.
Well, by God, we did.
Well, it finally stopped on the incomplete pass.
I'm surprised.
At least. It was very quick, not allowing the chains to move either in the first half.
I mean, that's frustrating. That cost us 30 seconds in a one-possession game.
Second down and 10. Dobbins in shotgun. Dobbins is going to keep it over right guard, and he'll be brought down pretty quickly. He'll pick up about 4. It'll be third down and 6.
More like 6 and third down and 4.
Oh, yeah. You spotted him a little bit further down than I thought. Third down and 4. Big play for the defense right here. A hold right here would be nice to get the ball back in good field position. Only down 1 score. Dobbins in shotgun. Dobbins pulls the pass offside once again with the hard count.
I mean, we cannot give them the game.
So far this second half, that's exactly what has happened.
The first half, we made a lot of really good plays. This second half has been the opposite.
We're still making good plays, just negating them with the penalties.
Can't do that.
Dobbins takes the snap back to pass, looking downfield, slings this one down, caught at the 45-yard line of the Pats and brought down by Henry Robinson Jr. at the 40 of the Pats. Wow, so a big pass play puts the Huskies in Hillcrest territory. And they're quickly up to the line of scrimmage again. Receivers just running free on those deep balls.
The clock running again without the chains being set.
Here's a little sweep around right in. Good play by the Pats to bring him down.
Chains still not set.
The chains are still not even set.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
Are they supposed to be able to run the play before the chains are set?
They can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
According to the rules, though.
No. Well.
Only a gain of 1. It's second down and 9. Dobbins takes it. Handoff over right guard. He breaks free, makes a cut, and he is brought down at about the 12-yard line. Big pickup, close to 20, and that's enough for a first down in the Centel Home Design red zone for the Huskies. Wow, they're working on a 95-yard drive here if they can put this one across. Dobbins takes the snap, rolls to his right, looks downfield, slings this one into the end zone, out of the reach of his receiver in the end zone. It'll be second down and 10 from the 12.
You're right, Brent. Certainly long drive right now. Nonetheless, goal now, hold them to a field goal attempt. That's it. There's nothing we can do about the previous 80 or so yards. Try to make them have to convert a field goal.
Second and 10. Man. Golly, I'm still sitting here thinking about the clock.
Me too.
Dobbins in an empty set. Looks over to the sideline, changes the play. 3 wide receivers to the short side of the field on the right. Dobbins takes the snap. Here's a handoff, a sweep around right in, and he will work his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. Extending the lead to 29-16. Guys, Those mistakes. The penalties just killing us. But
you're right. We're still in this game, obviously. It makes every possession they score makes the next offensive possession that much bigger for us.
God.
Here's the extra point attempt. It is up, and it is good. 30-16 in favor of the Huskies. 3:34 remaining in the third quarter. Patriots need to get something going, put some points on the board here on this possession to really keep this game
Brent,
alive.
I think one of the first key to the victory that we had, the Bama stuff, what's the other one? Alabama Express keys to victory was play clean football, right? We kind of got away with it a little bit in the first half, although I still think they won the penalty battle. We got into the half 16-all, but, like you said a few minutes ago, second and 3, we pick up nothing. Penalty, punt, and then here we are. So, we've got to clean up those little things that have nothing to do with necessarily, game play, just making sure we get off the field or don't lengthen any possible third down conversions.
Or don't take away big plays that we make.
You're right. Nonetheless, still in the ball game. We're getting the ball down 14, down 2 scores. Still got a whole fourth quarter as well as 3.5 left in this quarter, guys.
How quickly does that change?
A lot. Quick.
I mean, think about that for a second, guys. We went from a pretty good possession and that second possession of the half to, man,
it's
that
an
guy's
onside kick.
He's offsides.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Okay, so the Huskies attempt an onside kick, but it looks like they were offsides on the onside kick.
I didn't know that stopped the play automatically.
Yeah, remember any sort of encroachment in high school football.
So that'll back it up 5 yards, and they'll have to kick off from the 35, which is nice because Hillcrest has some nice returners back there. I don't know if they'll try this onside pop-up kick again. Let's hope the Patriots are ready for it if they do. The kickoff returns have been a positive thing for the Pats tonight. Same kicker. He's not the regular kicker. He looks like the high pop-up kicker, and he is. And it is caught. A fair catch was made by Jordan Chambers-Smith.
But he wasn't the catcher of the ball. He's trying to get, maybe he's yelling, Peter, 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 I don't know. But you have to catch that ball. You can't tell everybody.
You can't just let it hit the ground. Yeah, it's a free ball.
Yeah.
All right, as it is, the Patriots will start out on their own 28-yard line, 1st and 10, 3:33 remaining in the third, trailing 30-16.
It's a smart play there by Hewitt to take away the ability to return the ball. Jacoby Harris with back-to-back really good returns, rather.
Yeah.
And that was a smart play by the Huskies.
Take away about 15 yards of field position there as opposed to the last couple of returns. Bryson will keep this one around right in, but he's met in the backfield. He will lose yardage back to the 29, and it'll be second down. Well, actually, they'll say he got back to the line of scrimmage, so it's second down and 10.
Taking your time, being methodical is still okay.
Right.
Scoring is obviously the more important thing here. Not about time. You got plenty of it.
Bryson under center. The toss sweep to Christian Ritchie, looking for some room, bouncing off of tacklers, moving it forward to the 35-yard line. Nice run by Christian. Of about 7, it'll be third down and 3.
Brett, you're right. We don't have to be in hurry up yet. We can still just go with our natural offense here. Even if it's a 2-minute drive or an 8-minute drive, you still figure we need to get another stop so we can still keep with whatever offensive game plan we came in with.
Well, obviously, scoring the ball is paramount. Clock management is secondary.
Bryson takes the snap. He will keep it over
Bryson.
left end. Dives forward across the 40 down to the 41, and that is enough for a Stephen Fikes All-State first down for the Pats.
Much better. I love the decisiveness there, too, guys. Remember, on the past couple, he would really kind of pitch a little, maybe a step or so before he had to, I felt like, but at the same time, making the right read. And that time was no different. He made a different decision, but it still ended up being the right read. And I loved how he saw the hole and really took advantage of it.
Couldn't agree more.
He definitely saw that he could pick up the first down and decided to tuck it and just run upfield.
That's the important part of running the ball, guys. You got to see a hole, hit the hole.
That's right. Bryson in shotgun. Here comes Jordan Chambers-Smith in motion. A pitch and miss intended for Caden Smith at about the 47-yard line. It's off target, incomplete.
A little bit rushed there, Brad. It looks like it looked a little bit out of sync right there. Snapped the ball with 1 on the play clock there. And even after that, decent ball. Bryson did give Jordan Chambers-Smith a chance to make a play, though.
Well, I thought also it's probably Bryson's first read right there. I don't mind him going first read. It was open.
The snap, play action. Bryson slings it out here to the right side, caught by Caden Smith. Out of bounds at the 48-yard line. Pickup of 7. That'll make it 3rd down and 3.
Nicely done there. Really, that throw was probably a 50-yard throw.
Yes, to the from the far hash. I was about to say the same.
And it was diagonal, so it's probably a 40-yard throw for 8 yards or 7 yards officially. But look, it sets up 3rd and very manageable at short with 3 yards to gain for the Chains. And I like that play. Now, you figure you're starting to get into a situation where you're going to run it on the 4th down, too.
Bryson under center. Takes the snap. The belly G to Jacoby Harris. He crosses the 50. He's going to be very close to the first down yardage. Down to the 49-yard line, and that is enough for the Stephen Fikes All-State first down for the Pats.
I thought that was an excellent spot for Hillcrest.
The clock has started again.
I did find out from my clock management specialist that as soon as the down marker is set, the clock can run.
Okay, can?
Yes, can.
So there is a little. So the referee doesn't have to, though.
Well, I mean, it should.
Should. Okay.
Yes,
okay.
Sorry,
cool.
should.
Bryson in shotgun, 2 wide receivers to the left. He's flanked by 2 running backs. Jacoby Harris now goes in motion. Bryson looks down the right sideline.
That's a flag.
It is a catch.
Oh, there it is.
The flag came in, but did he catch the ball?
What's that guy?
I don't know.
What is that guy looking at? And he's caught the pass.
I think Jordan Chambers-Smith caught the pass. Yes.
What is
interference, but he makes the catch. He makes the catch, so instead of taking the 15-yard penalty, it's about a 35-yard completion.
I want to know what the field judge was doing, or whatever this guy is on the near side. He's watching the play through no flag, nor did he call a catch. The back judge is the guy who came in and said everything. He's not the closest guy to the play. What is his job? If he's not going to call the catch or not, or throw the flag, why is he even out there?
Well, good officiating, bad officiating, whatever. The result is a positive play for the Pats down to the 12-yard line, 1st and 10 inside the Centel Home Design red zone.
I like the fact that the back judge made a decision.
Bryson's got it. He hands it off to Jacoby Harris, who cuts it back upfield. He moves it inside the 10 down to about the 9. Pickup of about 2.5, 3. We'll call it 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, man, that was really, I'd love to talk to that guy.
Wait, not quarter yet. Hewitt does have a player down.
But the clock is still running despite the fact that they blew it into play. Or they blew the clock with
2.7 seconds.
Goodness gracious.
All right, 7.3 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Hillcrest trailing 30-16, but in business inside the 10 of the Huskies. Are we a break behind? Okay, let's go ahead and take a break with this injury timeout. Back after this, Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network.
What initially drew you to become a member of Alabama Credit Union, and how has your experience evolved since then?
Yeah, so I came for college, and my dad and I came down, and Alabama Credit Union was convenient to campus. Being young, first time opening a bank account, and looking for some relationship. And so that's where I started. And then over the years, I have gotten married, had a family, and so it's just been with me every step of the way and in relationship with me.
Sam.
All right, we are back. It's the end of the 3rd quarter. Hillcrest trailing the Hewitt-Trussville Huskies 30-16. We'll take a break and be back after this. This is the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network.
Students from the summer job fair.
If you are not involved in Ignite, you should be involved in Ignite. It will be the best decision that you will make for your company in the hiring process.
It's an opportunity to grow your own workforce, to mentor young people, You can help give back to the community by helping students engage in a productive activity.
Okay, back to live action. We've got 1 quarter of football left to play. The third quarter, not a great one for the Patriots. They made some big plays, looked good at times, but kept injuring themselves by way of penalty. Hewitt-Trussville took advantage of Hillcrest's mistakes, got the ball back on offense, had some big plays, scored 2 touchdowns, and now they're up by 14 as we head into the fourth quarter. However, the Patriots with the ball, 2nd down and about 7 from the 9-yard line of Hillcrest, of Hewitt. All right, so the team's making their way back out onto the field. A lot of football left here to play. 12 minutes to be exact.
You're right, Brent. You're exactly right. And, great answer by Hillcrest right here. I want to say a somewhat methodical drive. Took the last 3:33 or so of the third quarter. Big possession, though, right here. Can't settle for 3. You have to think Coach Mitchell knows that and plans to make this 4-down territory.
I'm putting the ball in number 4's hands if I'm the coach. Bryson under center. He puts it in number 4's hands. He breaks through to the 5, stumbles and fumbles, and it looks like Hewitt has it, and they do. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Great run. Just had it swiped out as he was going toward the ground. Hewitt with the ball back at their own 6-yard line. Great opportunity. Another hurting yourself by the Patriots. Penalties, turnovers, you can't do it if you're going to win. When we look at the total yards at the end of this game, Hillcrest is going to win that number.
It's amazing. And, the thing is, Jacoby has done a really good job all night long with ball security. They've been ripping at him all night. He just didn't do a good job there.
Need to rip it right back out. Here's a handoff around the left end, nowhere to go. And a tackle in the backfield all the way back to the 4-yard line. Jeremiah Beverly there to make the tackle. They'll say he got back to the line of scrimmage with his forward progress.
Sure they did.
And it'll be 2nd down and 10. Dobbins making some changes at the line of scrimmage, directing his troops. He stands at about his 1, ready to take the snap in shotgun. Claps twice. Hillcrest does not bite on the hard count. They're using as much clock as they can. He takes the snap, a handoff to Alston. Great job there by Marvin Johnson, making the tackle at the line of scrimmage, not going for the juke, making the solid tackle, watching his hips, staying with him, making the tackle, and it's 3rd down after a loss of a yard, 3rd and 11. Big play for the Pats defense.
Marvin Johnson has been one of our better defenders all season long, but especially in the last 2 weeks, boys.
Dobbins clapping, just using the play clock as it now ticks down under 10 seconds. He takes the snap, he drops back in his end zone to pass, slings it downfield, and it is caught at the 29-yard line. The completion is enough for the 1st down.
Well,
wow.
The funny thing is you could kind of see that play developing. You saw the tight end look like number 4. It's not Denarius Crawford. I don't care what you say on that roster. His name is not Denarius. I mean, but whatever the case is, he ran up the seam route, ran a little post route, and he was open over top of the linebackers. He did a really good job, and the quarterback did a great job finding him.
So 1st down at the 29 now. Patriots unable to follow through on the big 3rd down play. Here's a handoff to Alston. He fights his way through traffic for a couple of yards, down to about the 32. And it'll be 2nd down. It'll give him about 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Need a defense. We need a play right here. Strip a ball, something like this. Helmet on the ball, something to cause a turnover, get us some momentum and get the ball back.
I was just about to say that, Brian. This feels like the opportune time.
Right.
You've got to turn around that play that they got it. You got to make your own break.
Dobbins takes the snap, drops back to pass, slings this one downfield. And it is caught in Patriot territory down to the 27-yard line. Guys, these long passes, Dobbins just seems to be throwing them in stride, and those receivers are just running wide open, free.
Denarius did another good job there running the seam route, and he's just getting behind the linebackers, and safeties are not getting over to help.
Here's a snap and a handoff up the middle. Alston is tripped up after a gain of about 9 down to the 17-yard line. Second down and about 2. Here's a sweep around left end, and he will meet someone at the goal line and take them into the end zone. And that is a touchdown for the Huskies, 36-16. 8:43 remaining here in the ball game.
There's a flag at the 19.
Okay. So maybe not.
It's holding against you.
Ah, nice.
Wow.
Okay, defense, gather yourselves. Get back together now. After that long completion, those 2 long completions, the defense kind of seemed to fall apart here, but they have a reprieve here after that hold, bringing it back 10 yards from the spot of the foul back to the 29-yard line, making it second down and 11.
Golly, that could be a huge play.
It very much
Hillcrest could potentially take advantage.
Got to make something happen, though. Dobbins changing the play at the line of scrimmage. In shotgun, taking the snap, the handoff.
Good play, boys.
And no gain on the play after the handoff to number 11, Christopher Davis. They'll give him maybe a half yard. It'll be third down and 10. Big play for the Hillcrest defense. Last big third down play, the Pats gave up a big pass play for the first down, allowing the drive to continue. Right here, they're going to stay alive in this game. They've got to make the stop on this play. Man comes in motion right to left. Dobbins takes the snap. Dobbins looks downfield. He's being pressured. He slings this one down.
Pick it.
And
there
it is intercepted in the end zone by Jamarian Bennett. The Pats
still alive.
The Pats are still alive after the interception by Jamarian Bennett.
Man.
All right, 7:34 remaining, down 2 scores, but the offense has got to not harm themselves on this drive.
And you know, quarterback, he's made some excellent decisions tonight. That was not one of them. He threw into just a whole horde of players down there. Looks like he had that little swing pass. I don't know if that was used as a diversion or not. He had a pretty much easy 4 or 5 yard. Chose to throw into coverage, and Jamarian made him pay.
Look who he's throwing it to every time, though, on this drive. Number 4, Denarius Crawford.
Whoever it is.
Yeah.
The snap to Bryson. He will keep it up the middle. Bryson will move it forward to the 26-yard line. Pickup of 6, second down and 4. The problem now is the time on the clock becomes our enemy.
Still, don't worry about the clock yet. Your first priority is to have a good drive and score. Don't put yourself in any sort of pressure or rushed situation.
Bryson under center. The snap, the pitch to Christian Ritchie, who breaks it across down to the 37-yard line. Stephen Fikes, All-State first down. Let's see if the clock stops. It does. 7:02 remaining in this ball game. First down for the Pats. In the huddle, moving up to the line of scrimmage, Bryson under center, I formation. Jacoby Harris play action fake. Bryson slings it down the field and it is
throw the flag.
Incomplete. Here comes a flag for interference at about the 35-yard line. So that'll be 15 free ones for the Pats and give them another Stephen Fikes All-State first down.
Brad, was he the only one in the route?
Yes.
He was the only one I saw. Maybe a guy kind of slipping underneath, but that was a do-or-die play right there.
I don't know who, by the way, the real Denarius Crawford should stand up because he's the guy who was the penalty. He's the real number 4 on the roster.
Well, they had 2 number 4s.
Where's the other number 4? See, they don't have but one on our roster.
You're right. You're right.
That other guy must be Will Phillips.
Don't know.
Well,
Bryson in shotgun, new line of scrimmage, the 48 of the Huskies. A pitch out to Christian Ritchie. Christian unable to get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 11. Clock continues to roll, 6:23 and counting.
all right, 30-16. Still plenty of time. You got all 3 of your Tidwell paint and body timeouts. Obviously, with you being in Hewitt territory, you got to kind of speed up just a little bit, but don't get crazy.
Bryson takes it, steps up into the pocket, releases it, and it is caught by Jordan Chambers-Smith at about the 29-yard line as he's knocked out of bounds, but there is a flag in the backfield.
It's a hold on Christian Ritchie. The outside backer was bringing it, Denarius Crawford on the blitz. It's been the most popular Husky of the night lately. But, you know, Ritchie's trying to protect his quarterback. It's a tough play. It was a hold. He hooked him, and that's just the way it goes.
At least we made them accept the penalty.
Yeah.
You know, at least we completed the play
right.
so we can at least get the down over.
True, but that's another example there of a big play being negated by a penalty.
Well, and
it's been the story of the second half.
I will say, you start thinking about the mistakes that have been made. Remember, they're being made by underclassmen. You figure these boys will grow from it. You just want to see some growth.
Bryson takes the snap, drops back, steps up into the pocket, releases this one down the field, and it is out of the reach of his intended receiver, Jordan Chambers-Smith, at about the 15-yard line.
Not a bad ball.
It's not a bad ball,
I mean, it was 2nd and forever. Bryson threw it deep, trying to let one of his playmakers come down with it. Little overthrown, but you can't blame Bryson. You know, down 2 scores with under 6 left in this 4th quarter.
Now, right here, I think it's 4-down territory. You just try to get a little chunk of it back and make it manageable on 4th.
Yeah, it depends on what you do here, Brent. You can't be an idiot if it's 4. But at the same time, you're right. Maybe you're not an idiot for going for it on 4th down. Unless it's 4th and 27 or something.
5 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, I know it.
You got to make something happen. Bryson steps up into the pocket. He will keep it. He will try to run for a few yards, breaks the tackle, moves it down to the 46-yard line. And here we are. Nice pickup of about 12 by Bryson down to the 46, which makes it 4th down and 8 in Hewitt territory.
Yeah, and now it's a no-brainer, right?
Right.
Now you definitely go for it, 4th and at least within the set of chains. You know, you hope for a penalty potentially to get a free one, but obviously you alter your snap count right here if I'm Hillcrest. Try to get a free 5 yards if possible. You get up to the line of scrimmage, you got plenty of time, but you got to alter your snap count, try to get a free 5 yards.
If Hillcrest is staying alive, they have to pick up this 4th down. Here comes the snap to Bryson. He's back to pass. Bryson will sling this one across the middle, and it is intercepted at the 25-yard line, up to the 45, 50, down the sidelines, and brought down at the 38-yard line after the interception. And guys, that might be it.
Well, we still got 3 timeouts. If something can happen, we can get another turnover.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you're right. The odds are certainly not in our favor. You hate that because, you know, if you're Bryson, obviously you're looking for something downfield. You got to get something past the sticks. The only problem is it's one of those things where it just, you know, Hewitt knows it too, and so they drop back into 8-man coverage, octagonal, and, you know, it's just tough. Man.
You know, we keep going back to it, and I realize I don't think anybody's throwing in the towel for this year. Golly, just some of these mistakes, it's just mistakes of youth. It's mistakes of inexperience, and there's nothing you can do from that other than get older, grow, and keep working at it. You know, and I know, obviously I can't speak for everybody, but I know the 3 of us up here, we know we're going to improve. Heck, I've seen improvement from the Hoover game to the Vestavia game to here. I mean, I've seen that improvement. We're in it right now. We have momentum. You know, eventually that's going to translate into a 4-quarter performance. But it's just tough, you know, and obviously going through growing pains in anything is difficult to go. It's difficult to make it through.
Dang, you just hate it because, guys, we are so close.
Yeah, I know we are.
Yeah. We're so close, man. Golly. I think that's the thing that gets you is you see what kind of fight, and I love the fight. I love the grit because we certainly brought it tonight, fellas.
Yes. All right, so here we wait for the game clock to start on the change of possession.
It's funny how that works. We won't get the clock started until the snap, or at least it shouldn't.
Never know.
Dobbins looking to the sideline. Shotgun. Dobbins takes it, keeps it around left end, moves it down to the 35-yard line. He'll be tackled there. Pickup of about 4. It'll be second down and 6.
Obviously, with the clock waning, you start to feel your final outcome, right? And certainly the fight is still there. 3 timeouts remaining. It's not undoable, but you got to have some sort of crazy play happen.
Got to have a strip, scoop and score.
Yeah,
something
you got to
like
have
that.
something lucky that Hewitt doesn't intend to do. That's for sure.
Snap, and Dobbins will keep it around left end. Fights for a few yards. Moves it down to the 32-yard line. That will make him about 4 yards short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 4.
You know, down 2 scores, clock waning. Certainly don't want to put too much onto this play.
No.
But at the same time, it would be nice to at least have a puncher's chance.
Right.
And on a positive note, you know, try to give us something with a good taste in our mouth going into homecoming week.
Dobbins takes it. He will keep it. Finds a seam and moves it down to the 15-yard line. Enough for the first down, of course. 3:02 and counting remaining in this one. Let's just keep him out of the end zone.
Well, and I see, you know, and of course we've still got 3 timeouts remaining, but you figure Jamie Mitchell's not going to use them.
Nah.
No point in using them at this point unless something funky happened and you were able to get a turnover.
See Hewitt, as they've done much of the fourth quarter when they had the ball, using a lot more of the play clock than they traditionally do.
Snapping the handoff around left end. Moving it inside the 10, down to about the 9. Pickup of about 7 on the carry as we tick down to 2:13. The second down and 3.
Clock now under 2 minutes remaining, guys. 1:50 to play. Play clock around 10 seconds.
Dobbins takes the snap, hands off to Delvecchio Alston. He gets inside the 10. He's short of the first down and still 3rd down and about 3. Clock continuing to roll. 1:32, 1:31. Nobody in any big hurry here. Just want the Pats to hold them out of the end zone. 30-16 looks a lot more respectable than 36-37, 16.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Respectable is already earned, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, sure, we know because we've seen it, but the people who look at the scores online
I don't care
will
about that.
think we got blown
I
out.
could care less about those people. The only people I care about are the ones down on the field, the ones in the locker room.
You don't care about us up here?
Nope. Nope, we're not important.
I care about you.
I care about you.
Dobbins keeps it, moves it forward and into the end zone. No, he fumbles, and the Pats have it.
And the Pats have it.
In the end zone. Yeah.
And it's...
No, did they call it a touchdown?
No, they didn't call. There was no signal.
They think it's a touchdown, but it is not.
And I'm not
Is it?
sure.
I don't know. Waiting to see what the call is.
They never signaled anything. And our coaches are thinking that we got the ball, and they're... What are we doing?
What is going on?
There's been no
What is
signal.
going on?
Timeout. Coach Mitchell wants a time. I love it. Good for you, Coach Mitchell.
I agree.
I agree.
That was a
I love
fumble.
it.
Yeah, let it all out.
Yeah, let's do it.
That was
If
a
you're gonna-
fumble before he crossed the goal line.
Get you one. Get you one.
Get your money's worth.
I agree. Use all 3.
Yeah, I would too. If you're gonna do it, that gum call it. Nobody made a signal. I mean, call it. Nobody called the ball. I'm telling you, nobody called the signal, the touchdown. The ball was fumbled. We came away with it. And the line judge over here saying, I got nothing. Well, you're on the line of scrimmage, buddy. You're the one that's getting paid the money to make the call. And now the white cap is asking.
Let's see what he said. I think he's called
asking,
in. Yeah, he's called in the whole staff.
What happened? And then he said, well, what do you got? Why didn't you call anything? And now they're going to come over here with their tails tucked because they didn't call anything. It's terrible. Terrible.
Well, I mean, I have yet to see a touchdown called. I've yet to see the arms put in the air.
Wow. Amazing. Wow, here's the snap. Extra point attempt is up and good. 37-16, 51.8 remaining. Wow.
I like the effort. I still am proud of the way the boys have competed.
I am too, and I like the timeout at the end right there.
I love
because you fight for every inch. It doesn't matter if you're down 2 scores or you're up by 100. You fight for every inch right there.
Agreed.
And I think Jamie doing that right there shows he ain't giving up.
That's right.
And obviously the three of us are not either.
The message, though, is, Edgum, keep fighting. That's
right.
The message.
That's right.
You're exactly right, and you lead by example, and that's exactly what Coach Mitchell is doing in that situation, and teams will follow their coach's lead.
And I hope, and I think our coaching staff knows it, but I want everybody to know it. Nobody's giving up on these coaching staff. Nobody's giving up on these 75, 80, 90 kids on this field, regardless of the record or the score.
Agree 100%.
I think we've got some sort. Here's the good news. I think we've got some video footage of it.
We do?
Yeah, and I see Coach Mitchell with the iPad showing the officials. I want to see it.
Good.
Get a shot of that, Donald. Get a shot of Coach Mitchell right here.
Yeah.
Get a shot of Coach Mitchell right here.
I want you to see this, buddy.
Yeah, show him the PI didn't call.
I'll take another timeout.
I agree.
Yeah.
And, guys, I was watching it in my binoculars, so I had a very close view of it, and he fumbled the ball before he crossed the goal line, for sure.
And nobody signaled touchdown.
That's the thing.
Well, they're not ready for kick.
They didn't blow the play in. Golly, Pete. I'll get my money's worth on sending that in on Monday.
I'll be honest with you. It's probably going to have to be multiple files.
Delay of game called against the Huskies will back it up 5 yards to the 35. They'll do the little pop-up kick again, I'm sure. Yes, here it is. And Jamarian Bennett will call for the fair catch.
It shouldn't have been the whistle blown. But.
He bobbles it, but then recovers it at the 30. But he did bobble it, and they blew the whistle, blew it dead.
Bobbled it and it hit the ground.
Right. The officials, I think, are a little bit embarrassed right now as Jamie Mitchell is showing them the obvious evidence that there was a fumble, but they're basically holding their arms out saying, what can I do? What can I do at this point? What can you do? You can't go back to that play and
well, somebody can come at least to tell Coach Mitchell. If somebody said to Mitchell, you're right, we missed it, Coach, that's on us.
Well, they might have, and now they're saying, what can I do? I don't know. Hillcrest with the ball. Bryson under center. Here's a pitch out to Christian Ritchie.
Go ahead, Christian. Go ahead.
Nice run, crossing the 40 down to the 42.
And stop the clock.
44 seconds remaining in this ball game.
The ball hasn't been marked for play. Neither has the down marker.
And its
yet
clock has been running for 4 seconds, 6 seconds.
And it's still just now that started.
8 seconds.
8 seconds that we lost on the ball/ball down marker.
Which we've already determined is not the correct play.
Snap and the Billy G handoff over right guard. Pickup of a couple of yards by Jacoby Harris.
That'll do it, I believe. Yeah, coaching staff on the field, shaking hands now.
Yeah,
give it to him a little bit.
Coach Mitchell still going over.
Yeah.
Coach Mitchell. It's Mitchell. All right, so that's your final score. Hewitt-Trussville 37, Hillcrest 16. We're back with a post-game show after this. Keep it here. This is the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network.
Students and fans since 1939, Bama Stuff is the perfect place for all your Bama merchandise needs. They have a large selection of Nike official on-field apparel, as well as everything you need for the perfect game day experience. Come see our exclusive in-house designed Bama apparel and souvenirs to help you.
All right, back at Husky Field at Hewitt-Trussville Stadium. Brent Jones, Brad Armstrong, Brian Pirano, as we have just witnessed the Hillcrest Patriots fall to the Hewitt-Trussville Huskies 37-16. Let's go ahead and look at the stat line, the Two Gals Salon stat line. At halftime, guys, Hillcrest was up significantly in the stat line. 319 to, what did I say? Two. I'm sorry. Let me turn you back on.
Okay, 180, 190, something like that.
Yeah, but more than 100 yards better than the Huskies, and it felt like Hillcrest was in control of the game, even though it was a 16-16 tie. The second half came out. It felt like Hillcrest had the momentum, picked up a first down, was moving the ball, shot themselves in the foot with penalties. It happened throughout the third quarter. The Huskies took advantage of it. Scored 2 touchdowns in the third quarter to take that 30-16 lead. Hillcrest still moving the ball effectively, but killing themselves with that situation with all the penalties and the turnovers as well. To me, though, the difference in this game as opposed to the last games was what I said before. The last 2 games, it felt like we were just killed with the depth, right? Just ran out of gas in the second half. In this game, we didn't run out of gas, right? We just lost it by making our own mental mistakes.
Brent, I think that's certainly true. I do think a lot of it, the one thing that has been the common theme this season has just been the youth, the inexperience right now.
Hand me that little keypad up there, right? Okay, thank you.
Yes,
continue.
Yes. You're good. No, I'm just saying, definitely the depth was not quite as big an issue this evening, but at the same time, it's just, the youth of our team not being able to adjust, making mistakes, as you said, shooting ourselves in the foot in some big moments. And, there's no way to get better. There's no way to get more experience without going through some of that stuff,
right.
though.
That's exactly right.
That's kind of that's always the rub of it. If you're going to you're going to celebrate the good, sometimes you got to go through some of the bad to go through it. And, I know nobody feels it more than the head guy out there right now, Coach Mitchell, down there with his wife. And, no matter how much we care, and trust me, it's a lot. I know Jamie and his wife care more than even we do.
Absolutely. But, I think you somebody said early on in the season, if you're going to beat us, you better beat us this year.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a good assessment because the future looks bright.
Well, and the thing is, I think it goes back to the score. It was 30-16, I believe. We had it first and goal. Jacoby Harris is running into the – and I don't know that he scores on that play, but he certainly is close.
Inside the 5, yeah.
He fumbles. It's really kind of a microcosm of the game.
Yeah.
So close, but then mistake.
Yep.
And,
absolutely.
You get that score. Think about it. Now, remember, I know it doesn't happen in a vacuum. I've said that so many times. But you're talking about 30-23.
Mm-hmm.
And in the third quarter.
Yeah.
And really, by that point, Hewitt just really kind of shuts down their offense, and they kind of start taking a lot more time on the play clock. And to their credit, they did what they're supposed to do, and they did a good job offensively. I thought their game plan in the second half was really good. I thought they caught Hillcrest looking in the backfield, and then they took advantage over the top with really only one receiver.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, number 4, Denarius Jones, whatever his name was. All I know is I thought they did a good job making the plays when it counted. I thought we did too, until we shut ourselves in the foot.
It seems like we've had a lot of good halves this season.
Yes,
You know that. I realized we were down 2 scores at halftime against Vestavia, but I think we were down 16-6 to Hoover 2 Fridays ago. So it seems like we can really, I don't want to say overcome the mistakes, but at least live with them for a half. But eventually, if you continue to do that stuff, it becomes more difficult to overcome. And Brent, I think you said it in the pregame. Now, last year we didn't notice this because we were up by 30 points. When we were playing Brookwood, when we were playing Central.
You can recover from those things.
Yeah, I mean, then it's like, you know what? We had a couple penalties, but you know what? Our guys are just dogs. They're just trying to, they're so excited to get back there. Well, this 7A level, it's going to take that same mentality, that same aggressiveness, yet, with a little bit more, with more discipline, which I know will come, and I know those kids, the kids in our coaching staff are working tirelessly to get us there.
But didn't you feel like it was a different Hillcrest team tonight
100%.
than it was last
100%.
Friday night?
I just –
I'm telling you,
and I don't know if it was the game time change last week or what, but it just – I know this sounds oxymoronic for what we just said. No, it felt like we were a little sharper tonight. Just
absolutely.
Hitting the hole.
Especially in the first half.
Yeah, you're right. So, obviously I'm disappointed. I'm 48 years old, and I still live and die with this stuff way more than I should. But at the same time, I'm in no way giving up hope on the future, and I do see improvement week to week, Brad and Brent.
I totally agree. I really like the game plan. I thought we executed. The thing is, what did we execute? 75% of the time?
Yeah.
And so, but that 75's got to turn into 80.
Right.
And then the next week after that's got to turn into 85.
Definitely,
and that's okay. That's
definitely
okay.
a step in the right direction
100%.
here tonight. Let's take a quick look at the stats from tonight. I won't go too deeply into them. Thanks to Two Girls Salon in Fairhope, Alabama. 38 carries for 231 yards rushing for the Pats tonight. 9 completions on 19 attempts. For Bryson Kimbrough for 221 yards. And yes?
Sorry, I'm just saying, I believe he was 7 of 10 at the halftime, so that's only 2 completions in the second half.
Okay.
I believe that's
a
right.
Good point.
Yeah.
Hewitt with 231 yards rushing and 229 yards passing, so very balanced. And Hewitt outgaining Hillcrest for the game by a total of 8 yards. Hillcrest with a big 100-plus yard lead in that category, though, at halftime. Let's take a look at a few of the individual numbers because, guys, we still have to name our players of the game, right? Christian Ritchie with 13 carries for 99 yards. Jacoby Harris, 12 carries, 88. Bryson, 11 for 37. Caden, 5 for 23. As we mentioned, Bryson, 9 for 19, 221, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Jordan Chambers-Smith with 3 catches for 107 yards. Caden Smith, 4 catches, 57. Jalen Cook, 1 for 53. Jacoby Harris, 1 for 54. Guys, let's move on to our players of the game. We have not even discussed this off camera.
We'll figure it out.
But we'll figure it out here. I have a candidate for the offensive player of the game, and I believe it's Jordan Chambers-Smith. That big touchdown where he made the guy miss on the sidelines over there. Plus, he's got over 100 yards receiving. I think Jordan Chambers-Smith should get that. What do you guys think?
I'm good with that. I thought Bryson played a really, really good game as well.
Through the interception, though.
Yeah,
better first half.
He did, but at the same time, he did make some good passes. But I'm good with Jordan Chambers-Smith. But I do want to give Bryson some credit because I'll be honest, I think at times, I'm not saying it was wrong, but I think at times we were at least a little critical of him. And, if we're going to be critical of him, I think it's important that we give the kid his flowers when I think he played a heck of a ball game.
For sure it's funny you said that. I'm not so sure tonight wasn't his best ball game of the year.
Oh, I agree, especially the first half.
I think it might be the best ball game of his career.
I thought he threw some really nice balls.
Right.
I'm telling you.
He's having to. He's a senior out there, and I'm just. No matter what happens on the field, Bryce, it's a fantastic he's a fantastic kid.
Sure.
But I was proud of that kid just for showing leadership and stepping up. But like you said, I thought 11 Jordan Chambers-Smith had a heck of a ball game. I know it's the offensive player, but I thought he did a good job punting the ball. In addition, the safety was a heads-up play too.
I have a candidate for the special teams player of the game, too. We saw some really good kickoff returns from Jacoby Harris. As a matter of fact, he had 3 for 77 yards and set the Patriots up in good field position 3 separate times on those kickoff returns.
I totally agree. I'll give you that.
That's the easy one to me, definitely.
Jacoby Harris, definitely. I thought he was dynamite all night.
Right.
Take away the fumble. And obviously that's pretty sour grapes, but at the same time, as a freshman out there, well, I'll tell you what, he was dangerous. He was dangerous all night long.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. Now, moving on to the defensive player of the game. Whew.
Boy, that's tough. I got several candidates.
Yeah, I mean,
number one, I thought Marvin Johnson played well.
Yeah, he did play well.
I thought A.J. Love played well.
That's mine.
That's mine. I thought Jeremiah Beverly played well.
Yeah. Yep.
Heck, Jamarian Bennett played okay.
Made the interception.
You're right. I thought he played well in spurts.
Right.
The only thing I didn't, I give him a hard time about the overrun on the deep throw. But ultimately, Jamarian Bennett played a pretty good game. It's just you can't let that happen, and he's got to learn from that.
Right.
So I don't think he'd be my top
Right.
candidate.
I mean, I think he had 2 picks, did he not? At the same time,
that's correct.
To me, A.J. Love was
he had 2 picks. You're right.
Yeah, he did. It's tough.
I mean, A.J.
It's
Love.
hard not to give it to him with 2 picks.
It is tough,
but he did get burned a few times.
He sure did, and I think that was critical. And at critical times.
Yep.
Because you think, a second half, 16 apiece, they throw over the top, they score, and you think, golly, we were just in this, and then you're not.
Yeah.
So I agree. I would defer to one of the defensive linemen.
I think AJ coming back for his first
I thought
game.
he was dominant on 2 or 3 possessions where literally he was unblockable at times, especially in the first half, Brent. And you could tell. We're certainly all happy to have him back playing for the Pats.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and give it to AJ
I'll
Love.
give it to him.
Cool.
Welcome back.
All right.
Welcome back.
Hey, and before we leave, you guys got some RSV Design scoreboard updates?
I got a
What else
few.
is going on around the state?
Okay.
Give us those 7A scores.
Well, Thompson came back and defeated Vestavia soundly, 38-17. Hoover winners they lead Prattville now 40-6.
Right.
Let's see.
Central Phoenix City also came back and did what is expected.
Yep.
I lost that one up here, but I think
34-21.
There you go, 34-21 to where they were up. They kind of flexed their muscles late right there.
Late scores, I've got Foley leading Mary G. Montgomery still at 13-0, and I've got Florence over Bob Jones 16-14.
I think MGM's up 28-14 now over Foley. But, other than that, big win for Sam Adams. They won in dramatic fashion, 29-28 over Mountain Brook.
Huge win for Sam.
So big win for our old friend Sam Adams. There's some smaller classifications in here, some 6A scores that probably aren't a ton of interest to us anymore.
Who cares? Let's get out of here.
Right, I agree.
All right, that's going to wrap things up for us. Your final score, once again, 37-16. If you'll hand me the yellow box over there.
Yep.
Yeah. Hand me that yellow box so I can get us off the air. We've lost our directors. So I'm going to have to take over.
More
just hold it right there, and I'll take care of it,
You got it.
Final score, 37-16 in favor of the Huskies. We're back next week for homecoming at Roy Johnson Stadium.
So excited.
Against the Golden Gophers.
All right.
Awesome.
All right, we'll see you then. For now, good night, and go Pats.
Go Pats.